always do a cheers at the start.
Yeah, look, I mean,
It serves a double purpose too. It means I
Literally.
can sync all the video up
Cheers.
later on. Cheers, man. Thanks for coming on the show. You made the trek down up
from the
coast.
GC, yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for
Bit of
doing
a
that,
trek,
mate.
especially after the night I had last night. But yeah,
Yeah, you were saying it was
Definitely.
your mum's.
Mum's birthday,
Mum's
and she
birthday.
likes to go a bit hard when she can. So yeah, it was any excuse to have a couple drinks. And
Yeah.
we had the whole family around, and we ended up playing poker at the end of the night. It just got messy.
Yeah, that's
Just
always the best day. Like when you just like nothing real hectic. It's not like a big like like dance or
Yeah.
music sort of thing with like that you have with like young people. But when you have like that older crew of like people who just like drinking and stuff,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
for an
yeah,
occasion.
honestly. And like I don't get to see we don't get to hang out as a family like very often. It's like really just special occasions, and like seeing my auntie and my
Yeah.
cousin and all that was fucking great. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's
cool.
like I mean I get to sit down and have a drink properly either. Like it's usually just lunch or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
awesome because it just like you don't expect it to get out of hand, and then it did, and then
Yeah.
it's just like fuck. And my cousin drove there and ended up having to go with her parents back to her place, and just it was fucking messy.
Yeah.
It was messy.
Just messy. Yeah, I love that. Family get-togethers. I've got a big family on one of my sides, and it's just like
Yeah.
Christmas time as
Yeah.
well. Like we all get together, and it's just like massive. Everyone just on the drink hard.
Yeah.
Eh? Like
Yeah.
it gets interesting by
Sounds
the
like
end
we
of the
have
night.
similar families.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, yeah, thanks for coming down, man. And you
Happy
know,
to be here. Thanks for having me on, dude. This is fucking awesome. This
Yeah, cheers.
is sick.
Yeah,
Such
thanks,
a sick
man.
pad.
You just won. Let's start by talking about the Isolate
Yeah,
comp.
yeah.
Just took out the W, so congrats, mate.
Thank you.
How
you.
was that doing the live stream stuff and sort of performing? It's a DJ comp, but it's a live stream, so you
Yeah.
don't have the crowd there. It's not like a normal DJ comp in terms of that. So
Yeah.
how was that to
It is quite weird.
perform in?
Like you said, it is quite weird actually performing to nobody. Like
Yeah.
an empty garage, and like still trying to have the same amount of energy as you would at any normal gig. So but like a few drinks will sort that out. But
Yeah.
but no, but like
Yeah.
like I found out about it like through Facebook, and like obviously because Brock was running it and Brock's my
Yeah.
agent. And then I was like, oh, look, I've already got all the live streaming gear because I was already running my live streams, and I was like,
Yeah.
I may as well give it a go. Like I just entered it without the sort of like I wasn't like I'm gonna win this. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'll just give it a go,
Give it a crack,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
like I ended up getting like really hyped about it, and I was like, I'm just gonna make this really sick set. And I think I sat there for like a week before the actual comp and like made this fucking dope set. Probably
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I played Splendor, and I think that set for my ISO comp was better than my Splendor set.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even kidding. Like
Just because you spent more time on it, you reckon?
literally, like
Yeah.
with my Splendor set, I was going between. I was like, I really didn't know what the room was gonna be like. Whereas
You have
with
to play to the room.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But with like my garage, I was just like, I'll play whatever the fuck I want because I
Yeah.
don't care. Like it's
Yeah.
just whatever. I was playing to me and like two other people in my garage,
Yeah.
and then so I think that's what made it easier was like knowing who I was going to play to, which was just like
Yeah.
I just got to the point where I was like, I'm just going to play whatever the fuck I want to play, and I think that's why I was like so hyped about it as well, because it was just solely a set that I wanted to play
Yeah.
as an artist.
Yeah.
And like you don't get to do that very often. Like
No.
even with like because I play at Rattlesnake when it was open, I used to
Yeah.
play at Rattlesnake every week, and like even there you sort of still have to read the room, even
Yeah.
though I've been playing there as a resident for like over 2 years now. So it's
Yeah.
it's like you still have to play to that crowd and
Yeah, of
like work
course,
out
yeah.
what they want. But yeah, very weird but fun experience playing to
Yeah.
nobody but yourself.
Yeah.
It was
But being
awesome.
judged at the same time.
Yeah, well, like I sort of ended up forgetting about that. I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna, cause like, I just got into the mindset of just like, fuck it. Like, I was just like, whatever. Like, if I win, whatever. If I don't, I don't. And then when I won, I was like, fucking,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
beauty.
Yeah, because I remember looking at it, there's some pretty good like prizes, a heap of studio time with
Mm.
Catch, their spot,
Yeah, dude.
and what else was there? in
Photo
there?
shoot with
Yeah.
allies and a business plan with Together and a social media management plan with allies. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
which would be good because
Yeah.
I
Look
feel
out the socials, you'll be everywhere soon.
yeah, man. Yeah, I
You
mean,
have that plan sorted.
I really enjoy like making my social media fun and exciting and stuff, and working on that and making content is like I really enjoy doing. But
Yeah.
I would like to hear like a professional side of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You never know. You're like, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah, like,
is
I don't know if
is
yeah.
it working?
Yeah,
Like, I think it's working, but maybe it could be better. Like, yeah.
literally, like that's me all the time, and it's like, because especially when you're like, I don't know if you notice this, but like I've noticed if you try and like if let's say I post a photo that's like me at the beach or whatever.
Yeah.
That will always get more likes than something that I'm trying to promote.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit. Like if I put up a poster of something that I'm playing or something, the photo of me at the beach is always going to get more likes.
Yeah.
And I think that's like something to do with the algorithm on Instagram and shit.
Yeah,
And
I think it's
just like,
also because you're like, people relate to that more.
yeah.
They're like, other DJs, people who play gigs and go out will relate to I'm playing this gig, I'm hyped, it's fun, like, and they'll support it. But like, picture of you at the beach, like everyone can relate to that.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe that's what you need to do now. Just do a picture of you at the beach and then the text.
I'm
playing this gig. This is me at the beach. Like,
maybe just a video of me at the beach, like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm playing this gig. Come and check me out.
yeah. I think also like text in photos and stuff. Also like
Yeah.
I know that's something that Facebook and all that sort of.
They monetize that really
they-
hard. Like if
yeah.
you want to, have you ever paid for like promotion on Facebook?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Like so you can't put up a photo if you're paying for advertisement on Facebook. It has to be 20% text or less, like in the photo. So if you want a photo that has text in it, only 20% of that photo can be text, which is like fucking bullshit. Because like you've got to have the date, the time, the place,
That's
the,
right,
the
yeah,
gig. Who's
I
on
always
it.
wonder about if like video. Like, what if you had a video where you had heaps more text and it's like slightly moving or something? You know what I mean? So it's hardly a video.
It's not a video. It's moving. It's animated.
It's a video, but it's like it's got text in it. I always wonder if that.
Yeah,
how-
I haven't
does
tried
count?
that. So
Like,
yeah, maybe we should give that a go.
Someone out there will know.
Yeah.
Someone tell us.
Someone tell us in the comments, please.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So you said that you'd already been doing sort of the live stream setup. So is that something that you got into when like COVID hit, or is that something that you already sort of had stuff for and were doing, or how did that sort of come about?
Honestly, it all came about. I've been wanting to do live streams for like a while. But the thing that really sort of like kicked it in for me to like really start properly wanting to do it was I did a live stream here at Frequencies a couple months ago.
That was like the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was one of the last ones. Yeah.
I think we did something either the week before or the night before.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing, you guys were in here. Playing,
with Wtih and Kynes.
Actually, I think I was here early in the Arvo before you guys started.
Yeah, probably.
And then I bowed. Yeah. So
you should have come.
Yeah, it's same situation as I was talking last night for Nocturnals. It's like
Yeah.
I have a big one the night before.
Yeah.
And then I know I got something on Sunday morning, and it's like,
I
better
can't do it.
I better do the right thing. Like,
Yeah,
otherwise it'll just be like me sending you a message at like 8:30, like,
Bro,
oh
I
man,
can't do it.
I can't do it.
No,
eh?"
I would have been like, fuck.
Yeah. Especially when you're coming from the coast. you
Nah,
know,
it's
so.
that's why that's why I was really happy to get that message from you at 7:30. Like, are we still good? And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I literally just got out of bed and I was like ready to go. So I was like,
I
for
always
sure.
like to just confirm because sometimes I'm the one who has to bail, has to cancel, and it's like, so you always got to give people a bit of
a bit of
of
time.
notice,
Yeah.
So
No,
the live stream,
I ran a live stream here with Wtih and Kynes and like absolutely loved it just because it was the same sort of mindset with that ISO comp. I got into the mindset of it's going to be a live stream, so I don't have to play to a room. So I ended up playing a set that I would never ever get to play anywhere else. It was just full drum and bass.
Yeah.
So it was like I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to play what I want to play because I don't have to read the crowd or anything. I'm just going to do whatever I want. And that's when I was like, fuck, like I should really actually start putting some time and effort into this. And then this whole like COVID stuff sort of happened. But it was like pretty much perfect timing because as I got my first camera, excuse me, as I got my first camera to start doing the live streaming stuff, the sort of like lockdown conditions happened.
Yep.
So they just sort of crossed over pretty well.
Yeah.
And then, I started inviting people into the show. And then once I did like 2 or 3, I had people hitting me up to come on the show. And it was just great. Like, do you know Rabina?
Yep.
So Rabina like hit me up to come in. And I was like, that's fucking nuts. Because I mean, if you want Rabina to play a set for you, it's like $2,000 an hour
That's
or whatever.
it. Yeah,
so it's like, and like I've got all these, like I had Wongo in the studio and Graveyards and all this kind of shit. And like you sit back and when you're running it, because it literally is just my garage at home.
Yeah.
And it, like you sit back while they're playing and you're like, I'm getting this show for free in my house. With like
show.
2 or 3 other of my best friends.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just a really weird experience. It's just like being there with these really cool, inspiring artists. Yeah. And it's just like, how the fuck did you even agree to come here to this to my house?
I'm not paying you anything.
I'm not paying. Like I supply them with a few drinks or whatever they want, and like that's literally it. Like, and Graveyards didn't even want to drink because he had work the next day. So I was just literally giving him water all night, and like he was just loving it.
Yeah,
he was like, because like I just tell them when they come in, I'm like, we're just gonna talk for a bit, and then we're gonna play. Like, you can just play, and they're like, oh, how long do you want me to play for? And I'm like, honestly, like, you go for however long you
How
want.
long do you want to play for?
Yeah, because like I'm not gonna tell you to stop.
Yeah.
So like, and like, I don't know if you know Trend. He's a Gold Coast DJ, really cool guy.
Yeah.
He come in, and I had him on the show a couple weeks ago, and dude, he played for 6 hours.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to stop, and I
He's
just
like, let's keep going.
I
keep
didn't,
going.
yeah, dude, I didn't want to tell him to stop, and then it come around to like 1 a.m, and I was like, because I have to sit there and do all the visuals myself.
Yeah.
So like I got like after doing 6 hours of visuals, I was just like my brain was melting, and
Yeah.
like I just wanted to go to bed, and I was like, bro, like I have to call it off. And then I went and like turned it off, fell asleep on the couch, and my friend come and woke me up at 2 a.m. He's like, Trend's leaving, and I was like, how are you still going? Like,
Yeah,
what is going on?
Yeah. That's
So yeah,
hilarious,
even
yeah.
after I turned the live stream off, they kept DJing, and like
Yeah.
same with Riz, because like Rabina, sorry, he come in and he was like, how long do you want me to play for? And I was like, just go for whatever you want. And he's like, yeah, I might play for an hour or two. Ended up playing for 4 hours, 4.5 hours.
Yeah. It's
Same with-
easy to do though,
Dude,
like
I
when
know.
you don't have a, like you said, there's no crowds, so you can play whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
Literally.
like, just go for it. It's like, oh, okay, no set times, cool.
No set times, no music brief. Literally, when I message people to come in to the show, I like pitch it as like, there's no music brief, there's no rules. Come in, bring a few friends if you want, bring a few beers if you want. I don't mind if you get messy at my house. Like, it doesn't matter to me. And like, I tell everybody, like, if you have, you know, like if you want to stay, you're welcome to crash.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. But yeah, graveyards as well, man. Like he was like, oh, like, how long do you want me to play? I was like, whatever. And he's like, oh, I might play for like an hour, hour and a half. He ended up going for like 3-4 hours as well.
yeah.
And just like, I
bulk.
couldn't believe it because like you said, he wasn't using the decks. He was using his
Yeah, so
live
he's got to
setup.
have it all set up beforehand.
Yeah,
it's not
so
like,
like-
you can just like go, oh, just grab this track and
Yeah, it wasn't
chuck it
like
in,
putting a USB in record box. Like, it was all properly set out, and I
Yeah.
was just like, this is nuts. And like, I went up to him at one point. I think we were like 2 hours in, and I was like, if you can keep going, because like the Twitch stream, like pretty much just started kicking off at this point. And I was like, if you can keep going, because
Yeah.
like we are like pumping on Twitch right now.
Yeah,
And he's like, yeah, sweet. And he ended up playing for like 2 more hours. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fucking. And honestly, one of the filthiest sets I've ever seen.
yeah,
It was just absolutely filthy.
yeah,
Just he played the dirtiest shit.
And
it was-
I love it when Storm plays because he plays like heap of older stuff too, like
Yeah.
you know, like older tunes that still like pop. Like
yeah, he played a lot of old Skrillex and stuff, and
Yeah.
he loves that stuff.
yeah,
So good though, and he played a lot of his original stuff as well, which was great.
yeah. Because he just had the EP out recently. Everyone go stream Hate Letters.
Like
EP.
Hate Letters, yeah,
Yeah, go stream
And-
it. That's your shout out, Storm. You only get
yeah,
one.
that's it. That's
You
all
only get
get.
one. Hate Letters EP. Go stream it now.
Mm.
Yeah. So
No, sick EP as well. I listened to that like a few days before you came in because you
Yeah.
can listen to because he was telling me that it's like EP that you have to listen to like start to finish kind of
Yeah.
thing because it all blends and.
yeah.
He put up that YouTube mix that it actually
like
does
mixed.
it. Yeah, it does
Yeah,
it
yeah.
for you. And I listened to that a few times. I was like, "Fuck, this is good."
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember talking to him about that like a little while ago about like how the old Ministry of Sound albums was
Yeah.
sort of mixed like that.
All the annuals.
Yeah, all the annuals
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
And so it was sort of, I think he took that same similar concept, but then with his own like tunes. And so it's like,
Yeah.
if you're writing all the tunes, you can make sure they work,
Yeah,
you know, to mix in really well. So I think
Yeah.
that's a really cool concept. For that
Really
one, but
cool.
I heard heaps of those tunes in here already. He's like,
Yeah.
it's funny when his I think it was his one for Jackknife recently.
yeah. The remix.
He's like, yeah, go stream this, and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm sick of this song. I've heard it like a million times, bro. He's like, yeah, I think I've finished it in the studio. I was like, yeah. He comes around every now and again, and yeah, just has a play with some tunes
In here?
So yeah,
yeah, sick.
just.
I
comes
mean,
around, so-
like I fucking want to. So like,
yeah,
you got all the kit in here.
yeah, it's good, man.
so good.
We can fire some stuff up later and have a listen to some tunes afterwards. Just
Hell
to
yeah.
see the rig, how it's going.
I wish I brought my one of my tracks in here to.
Yeah,
fucking
you don't.
listen
You have
to.
anything online?
No,
Not-
SoundCloud, but like yeah, it's all old stuff.
Yeah. Oh well, next time.
The next
We'll have
time,
to do it again.
definitely. This is sick.
So production then. So you're obviously you just said you produce obviously.
Yeah. So
what kind of vibes do you make?
like,
tunes?
look, there's a lot of different shit. It's just basically when I get in the studio, what the fuck am I feeling? Like, I can't. I've tried many times trying to stick to one sort of genre of production, and
Yeah.
I can't do it because
Yeah,
my
yeah.
brain wanders too much. Like you get in there and you're like because I've been in the studio heaps of times where you have like an idea in your head and you're like, this is how I want it to sound. And then 3 hours later, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Sounds nothing like
Yeah.
it. You're like, that's not what I was trying to make.
How did I
Yeah.
get here? Like I was
Yeah.
trying to make a fucking 112 disco, slow rhythm, and now you're
Yeah.
at fucking 173 making some fucking glitch cop or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, like
You're like, man, it sounds way better sped up.
yeah, yeah. And then you speed it up too much and you just get out of hand. And then
Yeah.
it comes around to 3 o'clock in the morning. You're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wake up
so-
the next day and you're like, this is not what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Have you released much stuff in the past, like, out on any labels or just self-releases and
No,
stuff?
I haven't had the pleasure of being signed to a label yet. I haven't really pushed that much because I've released I released 2 EPs a couple years ago, but they were like very lo-fi hip hoppy stuff, and then I got like sick of hearing them, so I took them off the internet completely.
2 years ago, man.
Yeah,
Lo-fi's
3 years ago.
like popping off again now.
Yeah.
Like,
It was-
need to put them back up, man.
I know.
A re-release.
Yeah, literally. Well, a remaster. I need to like remaster a few of them, but
Yeah.
I ended up getting sick of them. I took them off the internet completely, and then I released a track called Whoop Whoop, which is basically just a remix of KRS-One's Sound of the Police.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. That's
Yeah.
the sound of that. Yeah. So like, and then went dark for a while, pretty much. Like that was.
So what vibe was that?
That was a tech house song.
Yeah,
Just because
okay.
I was like sort of getting into the tech house
That
scene
was
as
your
well.
vibe
And
at the time, yeah.
like I played a festival started last year called Circus Paradise.
Yep. That was on the
and-
coast, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I released Whoop Whoop like just before the festival.
Yeah.
And Wonga actually played it at his set at Circus Paradise, which
Yeah,
was
sick.
that was
That
unreal.
always helps things pop off a bit when you
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get some support like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was a lot of fun too. Like pulled me up on stage while he was playing, and we were like dancing and shit. Yeah, it was just nuts. There's a photo of me like I have this full bottle of vodka, and there's a photo of me feeding it to him on
Yeah.
stage with like me with no shirt on, and
Yeah.
this is wild. It was a wild.
You have
day.
to send us that photo. We'll
Yeah.
we'll put it here.
Yeah,
We'll
frame
see
it.
if we can edit it and put it here in the video.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, cool. So that one went really well. And what since then? Have you released anything or you've been quiet?
No releases since then. I've been pretty quiet.
So
Since
how long
then,
ago
but,
was that? Did you say?
Whoop Whoop was like a year and a half ago.
Oh mate, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Get in
I know.
there.
I know.
Get it sorted.
I know.
I bet Brock tells you this all the time.
Dude, he does.
He'd be on your
literally
case.
does. Yeah, he's on my case
bro,
about releasing
what are you
music.
doing?
I know, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, I work on so much shit, and then I just get to the point where I'm like, this is shit. I don't want to hear it anymore. Like,
Yeah.
and then it just never gets released because it
Yeah.
just sits in there. I've got like 20 something like finished tracks just sitting on my computer.
That's why you need a collab, man.
I know.
Just get someone you can go, oh man, like I don't know what to do with this now. Here,
Yeah.
take
Well,
it and do something. you
Yeah,
know?
I actually collabed with Rabina about I think that was like June last year.
Yep.
And we made a really cool track together that was just like so it like wasn't tech house, it wasn't like any sort of it was just so weird. And we tried to make this we ended up sitting down and we found this one sample and that was like what we based the whole song around.
Yeah.
And it was like it's basically just like a Wild West tech house fucking
Wild
honestly,
West.
yeah, like
What do you
it's got
mean,
like it's got like eagle samples and stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like Riz does this little whistle where he's like,
Yeah,
and like just sounds all like
yeah. Cool.
fucking. We're gonna have a
I wanna hear
showdown
that, man.
and
That sounds
shit.
cool.
Yeah, and I do like I didn't know I could get my vocal registered that low, but like in this song, like the vocals are real deep, and like every one of my friends that I've shown it to, they're like, "That's not you," and I'm like, "It is me."
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know how I got my vocal registered that low, but
Yeah. So do you sing then, or is it like just
No.
spoken, or
It was kind of just like talking because like we
Yeah.
ended up trying to make this. It was almost like a story that we made. It was like, at the start of it, you hear like a doorbell sound, and then you hear like it's meant to be me opening the door to a woman that you've invited over, and then like the story of the song is like she comes in, she drinks a bit too much, she falls over, breaks your coffee table, vomits on your floor, and then you have to call her a cab to send her home. That's literally the whole song. Because like at the start of the song, it's like you get the doorbell samples, and then you get her coming in, and then halfway through the song, you get the coffee table breaking,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the song, you get me going, "Oh, I'm going to call you a cab," and then you hear boop 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 boop,
Yeah,
boop,
yeah.
like just with the phone and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a wild
Bro,
fucking.
finish it.
It's out.
Oh, it's
it's
released.
released.
Oh, so you that one's
It's-
out.
That one's released. Yeah,
Okay,
we
yeah.
we ended up releasing that one.
What's
and
that one called?
That's called Hey Baby.
Hey baby. Cool.
Yeah, and that's but that
Okay.
Riz released that one as like a collab with me. So That'll be on Riz's SoundCloud if you want to go and check that one out.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
But yeah, no, that was probably one of the best tracks and one of my most favorite tracks to be a part of because I have never actually collabed before that.
Oh, that was going to be my next question. Have you done much collabs before?
No, I never actually collabed before that, and it was a very weird experience because like I know what I'm doing in Ableton, but I'm not like great at it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like sitting there because I would like come up with ideas and I would say it to Riz, and then he would just do it. And I'm like, how the fuck are you doing?
I know how to do that.
Yeah,
and then like 2 seconds later, it's done.
Because he knew all the shortcuts on the keyboard and stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, how are you even doing?
Battle, isn't it?
And he's just like, and I was like, what the fuck? And like, we ended up having 3 studio sessions together, which were just in his house. And then he had the track finished in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, bro, like, what the fuck? How the fuck do you do that?
Just workflow and practice.
Literally, I think it was just because like when we the first time that we actually worked together and went in there to the studio, we like bounced off each other so hard. Like it was just such an easy experience. Like, there was no clash. Yeah, it was like I said something, he agreed with it. He said something, I agreed with it, and it just
every time someone came up with an idea, you're like, yes, I love that.
Yeah,
yes,
literally,
that's cool. It's not like you have that moment where you're like, oh, I don't know, I don't really like that bit.
No, exactly. Like literally everything that we did that day was just absolutely we both 100% agreed with.
Yeah,
it was just great. It was great working with him. He was like fantastic man to work with, and he's just a fucking genuine human. Like I just love him. He's such an awesome bloke.
Yeah. That's always a good thing in the studio. Like if you can just vibe with someone, it's like, even if you don't write good music, you're still having a good time. You know, like literally. So that's what I love when it's just a good session. Like I've had so many sessions in here with mates, and sometimes we'll just invite like a couple of friends around and stuff, and just like drink beers and collab. Like, you know, 3 or 4
and you don't even have to make.
You just have turns. You know, like just some of us sit back here and like hang out, and then they just go up there and go, all right, time to switch. Like someone else jumps up. And sometimes you come up with rubbish. But, you know, like it's still fun to
One person gets up there and then he runs out of ideas, and then it's like, all right, someone else come up.
Your turn. Yeah.
No, that's sick.
Yeah, that's always good. And it's good to have a space like this to be able to do that, you know, like no distractions. You can just come in here and do whatever.
Yeah, like there's not even a window.
Any time you want.
Yeah,
dude, there's literally boarded up behind
not
there.
even a window in here to look out of and lose you. Like I would just daydream, bro. Like and like in here you just can't. Like this is nuts. It's pure focus.
Yeah.
Like
people have told us to put like another screen in, to put like a gaming system on or something. I'm just like, whoa.
No way.
I don't know, bro. That's a bad move.
Yeah, that is a bad move.
That's
dude.
not gonna end up.
I'm almost like thinking about, because like my studio is like next to my living room, and that's where my PS4 is, and I'm like I'm pretty much just thinking about getting rid of it, because like sometimes you just get lost in it, and then you're like, no, I should go and work. It's literally the next room over. Like I don't know why I don't get in there more often, and it's just you get lost in it. But yeah, fucking having
it. You just got to start, man. Don't you find that like with production, it's like as soon as you sit down, you start working on something, you're like, oh, that's right, I love doing this.
Yeah,
and then but then if you don't start, you're like, oh, I don't want to go in there and do that. Like
I know, also I feel like the best tracks that I've made are when you go in and you sit down and you don't want to. Like I've been at the point where you're like, I don't feel like producing today, and then you make yourself get in the studio and you make some of the best shit that you ever have, because because you just fucking push yourself, and then you end up fucking because like you said, you get like 30 minutes in, you go, I actually love doing this. I don't know why I didn't want to come in here. Like I actually really enjoy doing this. So But yeah, that's how I've that's what I've noticed with myself, is just like I make some of the best stuff when I don't want to.
That's interesting, because I feel like so many people are like, well, maybe they would work the same as that, but they just don't force themselves to do it, like you were just talking about. Like so many people, it's like, oh, I've got to be inspired to get in there and do it. It's like, nah, that's rubbish.
Sometimes I literally just push myself to be in the studio. Yeah, and then like you just end up making some of the coolest shit. Like one of my most favorite tracks that I've made, I haven't released it yet, it's not ready, but like I just started making it like last week, and I pretty much made the whole song in one night, because like I watched this interview with Steve Aoki a little while ago, and he basically just said, what if you get in the studio and you get on a roll, you can't stop. Like you can't stop for anything. You can't go to bed, you can't eat, you can't so I was like, I took that mentality, and I ended up being in the studio from, I think it was like 9 o'clock that night till 3 a.m. And I made like this entire track. And it was like, one of the best songs I've ever made. So that'll be coming out probably hopefully next month.
Yeah, sweet.
But
that's always good when you can have that good session of just like everything just sort of works, or it just
literally.
flows, and the next idea comes. Yeah.
The best part about it is like when you face like 2 or 3 months worth of writer's block, and then you come out of that with this fucking great track and whatever, and then you get that sense of relief, and it's like I'm not actually shit at this. I just had a shit time. Like
I've got an opinion now about writer's block. I was talking to this to a friend the other day. I don't think writer's block exists in the way most people think of it. I think what it is it means for a lot of people, it means you're too lazy to sit in there and keep coming up with shit ideas.
Yeah.
Till you come up with a good one.
Yeah.
Because that's what I mean. Like usually it's
That
like
basically
I can
is
come
it.
up with ideas.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Are they good?
no.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But like if you're motivated enough, you can just sit in there and just keep coming up with ideas, and eventually you're gonna come up with a good one.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as writer's block. You just have to.
It's a lie.
You just
It's a
have to.
metaphor.
Well, that's how I feel anyway. You
Yeah.
know, like you can just keep coming up with ideas, and eventually something's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's not like you've got a block and you can't come up with any ideas. Like
No, I agree with that. Yeah, as well. I never thought of it like that, to be honest.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I'll have to take a different approach to it now.
yeah, I'll do it. Get those songs out there.
That's like coming back to like forcing yourself to be in the studio. It's like you like feel like you've got writer's block or whatever, but just get in there and do it. Like
Yeah. Write some lo-fi hip hop.
just anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Or go get out there and write something you don't usually write. Like,
yeah.
because
Just
it's about getting the ideas going and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I started making a drum and bass track the other day and just had no fucking idea what I was doing, and just like working with samples and drum patterns and stuff. And like it's a piece of shit 8-bar loop.
Yeah.
But like it stuck because I got stuck on that track that I was talking about, and it got to the point where I was just listening to the whole thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I was like, it needs something else. I just don't know what it is yet. And then I started working on this drum and bass piece of shit 8-bar loop.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because I got to the point then, and I was like, fuck this thing off. I went back to my other track that I was working on, and then just like slammed it.
Yeah.
Like absolutely just started hammering stuff out.
Yeah.
And,
This.
yeah, because I don't know, it just sort of like tweaks your brain into like working or something. Yeah,
Yeah. Because you're in that mode. You get into the mode. Yeah.
yeah, it's such a weird experience of like you go and work on something else, and it makes you want to work on the other thing. It's very weird.
Creativity. It's
Yeah,
weird, isn't it?
it's such a weird
It's such a
thing.
weird thing, and it's different for everyone as well.
So hard to control as well. So hard to control.
You're like out at a club or something. You're like,
Dude.
"Fuck, I just come up with the best idea for a track," and then you get home or you're in the studio and you're
Dude.
like, I have no idea what that was
I
anymore.
know, yeah,
Like,
literally, you can't remember it at all.
Yeah.
That is me, but with driving. If I'm like by myself in a car driving, like a fair way, like if I had to drive from here to my place to Brisbane,
Yeah.
like I would think of heaps of ideas, and I can't do anything with them because it's
Yeah.
just like you're in the
You
car.
need to be
like-
able to record like just singing them or humming them or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit different
Sometimes
if you're
it's-
driving. I'm not condoning
Yeah.
touching your
Yeah.
phone. I don't want you to get a fine. But
yeah.
there's some way to get Siri,
Get around that, yeah.
Siri to record something. Or
Literally.
like, there must be.
Sometimes it's not even tracks. Sometimes it's like content. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
like it could be literally
An
anything, and
idea
I'm
for
just like,
something, yeah.
fuck, that's a good idea. I need to write that down, or like an idea for an event that I want to run, or
Yeah.
something that I could do to brand myself better, or like literally anything. And I come up with some of the best ideas when I drive, and just can't do it. And then when I get home, gone.
Yeah.
Can't remember it at all.
Probably because you just sort of zone out. Like you
Yeah.
know what I mean. Like when you're driving for a long time,
Yeah.
you're doing the same thing. You're
Yeah.
not really thinking in terms of like about things. So you can just come up with ideas. Yeah.
Do you ever do that? Do you ever drive from one place to another and then go, how the fuck did I get here? Like,
No.
no?
No.
Bro, all the time. Like I get to places and then I go, I do not remember the trip here. Like I don't remember.
Unless I'm like sleeping.
You just sort of go auto. I just sort of go autopilot sometimes and just like drive, and you get to like, your mate's place or something. You're like, I don't remember this drive at all. Like,
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah. No, that's. Yeah, I understand what you're saying though. Like I definitely get that vibe. Yeah. So yeah, production. You've got some stuff that you've just committed to now that's going to come out next month.
Hopefully.
You just said that, so now you got to do it.
Now I've got to dedicate to
You
it.
put it out there.
Well, actually, going back to, I know I've been talking a lot about Rabina, so shout out, I guess. But yeah, he's going to do all the mixing and mastering for me.
Yeah, cool.
Because I was like, because he's like trying to figure out ways, because like he was like mainly working off like his main source of income was like gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
So like he's like, oh, how can I make money in all this time? I was like, bro, look, I've got this track. Like, how about I pay you to mix and master it? And like, I just want to help out like everybody that I can. And that's sort of like why I'm doing these live streams as well, is like, because I started them because I wanted to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the best ways that I could think of staying relevant is like
Yeah.
creating the party vibe each week so that people can actually watch from their homes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But then like inviting people in is like keeping them relevant as well. So like
Yeah.
I've had like lots of my
It's good
Friday residents-
networking. It's good, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah, like especially having Wongo like come into my house, that was weird because like fucking
That was weird, man.
One of the Gold Coast one of Australia's biggest DJs right now, just like coming in to have a chat like this, like literally like just sitting on the couch.
But it's funny too, like once you meet like those people like that and you just realize they're just like, oh man, they're just a normal person. They're like anyone else, literally.
Literally.
It's except
any other
you just
human.
see them heaps online and
and they got this
stuff,
persona and you got this stigma about them and you're they won't
Like,
want to.
oh no, they're just normal.
Yeah, no,
they're
they're just a normal guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
just a normal human, and he's like a really genuine guy as well, really nice dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, just so cool, and like literally just trying to stay relevant and trying to help my friends stay relevant, and doing anything that we can. Like, I'm not making any money off the streams.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I just like that was the only thing that I could think of.
Is anyone making money off streams?
Unless
out there making money off streams?
Literally, unless
I
got,
want to know how you're doing
literally,
it.
same, dude, same. Because like, I think you've got to have like thousands of people watching at any
You need
one
someone
time.
to be sponsored. Like, if someone sponsored it,
yeah,
they're giving you money. I suppose that would be one way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, I am nowhere near that point.
No, me neither.
Like, I no idea.
It's just like,
But,
just keep putting out the content, man.
Literally, that's it. Like, that's all I could think of like trying to stay relevant and making tunes. Like, I literally didn't get a lot of time before this to like actually sit down in the studio and make music.
Yeah.
So like, it's been a good excuse for me because I've been locked up at home.
Yeah.
It's been a really good excuse for me to actually sit down and make music because like it's
Yeah.
basically my whole life now is if I'm not making content for the stream, I'm making music.
Yeah.
That's literally it for me.
So you're not working, then you don't.
No,
you don't
I
have any
lost
other work
both
yet?
my jobs. So
Both. Double
yeah.
whammy.
Well, yeah, I was managing Rattles.
Yeah.
And I was merchandising for Google.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wait, what do you mean merchandising for Google?
Like I get contracted I work for a company who get contracted by Google to do their merchandising. So basically I get sent all the advertising for like new phones and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, so the physical stuff.
Yeah,
the physical products in stores.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
the Google,
the
Pixel
Google
and all that
phones
kind
and
of
stuff. So you know how if you
I was thinking like online stuff. I'm like, how do you merchandise something that's online? But I forgot they do actual real products as well.
Yeah, real products. So like, you know how like if you walk into a Telstra shop and you can pick up one of the display phones, I have to change those over like every few months. Yeah. So that's my job
and stuff.
And I have to like put up new posters in the Telstra stores.
Yeah.
So I do all the Telstra, Optus, Vodafones, JB Hi-Fi's, Good Guys, all those
For all the
retailers
Google stuff,
from basically Coomera to Tweed. Like that's my whole area, and I lost that.
You used to.
Yeah, I used to. I still have the job technically, like
just when it all sort of
comes back, because obviously nobody's going into stores right now, so there's no need for actual merchandising.
Yeah.
But
everyone's just ordering online.
Yeah, literally, and I can't merchandise online, like you said. So
like Google's got that on lock.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
there.
they know what they're doing there, so they don't need help with that. But yeah, like and that was like probably that's been one of the best jobs I've ever had, because it's just been a really cool job, because most of my day is like driving from store to store, and that's like I get paid for all that time and stuff, so it's been really cool.
No, that's when you come up with your ideas. That's why you come up with your ideas, mate, when you drive.
Literally, because I drive around all day, and that's like where I come up with all my ideas.
Yeah.
Just like
figure out how to put them down. That's all you need.
Literally, I know. I need something in my car to not write down, but like record.
We all need a personal assistant.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
Does anybody want to be my PA? DM me.
Yeah, that PA life. So, like, how did you start in music then, man? Like, obviously, you were talking about production, and I'm sure we'll touch on a bit of DJing later. We haven't really gone into that much yet.
Yeah.
But how did you start? Like, was it something at a young age with music, or just when you got older? What's your story there?
I've always loved I don't want to say a specific kind of music. I want to say like mostly electronic stuff. I do enjoy bands and that. I don't like I listen to bands and like solo artists and stuff play, but like the stuff I enjoy playing as a DJ is all electronic stuff.
Yeah,
but, from a very young age, like I started getting into weird music that I knew that none of my friends were listening to, which was cool for me because I was just like, I really enjoy this stuff, like, you know, the early What So Not days and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah, yeah.
I I actually got into DJing by DJ Hero, the game.
Yes.
Literally,
I love this story already.
Shit you not.
I love it already.
I used to play that game fucking religiously
Yeah.
for like 6 months. And like you got given this control. I don't know if you remember it, but you got given this control. Yeah. And you were basically meant to sit down and play it, but I would get the ironing board and I would I shit you not, I would stand up with it and put it on the ironing board and play it religiously for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then it come around, I was like 13, and I was a paper boy at the time. I was earning $20 a week as a paper boy. Yeah. And I got to the point where I was like, I reckon I could do this in real life. So I saved up for almost a year, bought my first pair of decks, and then it kicked off ever like from there.
Yeah. So you started. So that was what got you into a DJ Hero. Wasn't you didn't do any instruments or anything like that? It was just DJ Hero.
Well, my dad is a jazz musician, so he always.
Here we go.
Well, yeah. he's been playing.
You'd been around music then.
Oh, my whole life.
Yeah.
But like I went to my dad's gigs like ever since I was born. Like I used to fall asleep in front of the drummer.
Yeah.
Like that's the point that it got to because I was just used to it by then because I was just like, you know, 5, 6, 7 at these jazz gigs and me and mum would sit in front of the band, you know, supporting dad, and it would come around to like 10, 11 o'clock and I'm like passed out in front of the drums.
Yeah.
Just like, and mum never knew how I could do it, just fall asleep there.
Yeah,
like,
just with loud noise everywhere.
Yeah, and I've been around music all my life. My dad's been a jazz musician for like fucking double my entire life.
What's his instrument or instruments?
He plays the trumpet. So
I'm a trumpet player.
Oh hell yeah!
From back shout
out.
Yeah. Played for ages. So yeah,
fucking
player.
Yeah, he tried to get me into it many times, and I was just not interested at all. All. So like, he got kind of frustrated with that as well because like he obviously wanted me to follow in his footsteps and all that rubbish.
Yeah.
But like, and my dad, like literally his motto is like, he says to me sometimes, if it's not jazz, it's not music. So like, he does not.
He would say what? How does he feel about your music?
Oh man, he does not respect what I do or my music.
I am such a disappointment,
dude. Honestly, like he doesn't respect like my industry or my music or like my job or you know any of that. So it's like. Fucking, because it's all like.
I'll show you, Dad.
Yeah,
I'll show you.
No, it's like, you know, because you're not playing an instrument, you're not blah, blah, blah. There's no talent in it, you're just pressing buttons. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
You're basically playing a game.
Yeah. Which he wouldn't even understand that, bro. My dad is 83, so he's got no fucking idea. But yeah, I've been around jazz all my life. And then, that DJing Hero is how I got into DJing. Because like I always like. Because obviously Dad wanted me to get into music because he always knew that I had an ear for it because I've been surrounded by it my whole fucking life. But he was like, you need to play something. Like, you need to do something with your musical talent. I know you have some there. You just haven't done anything with it yet. And then, like, my mum tried to help, but mum helped in the wrong way. So she signed me up for guitar lessons when I was in primary school. Yeah. But she bought me a bass guitar. So I ended up going to these guitar lessons in primary school and I couldn't learn anything because everybody else had this fucking 8-string thing and I had a fucking 4-string bass guitar that was twice the size of me. Yeah. And I couldn't learn anything because they were all playing different notes and different strings. Yeah,
it's all different and stuff. Yeah.
I was like, I said to mum, I was like,
thanks, Mum.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that didn't help at all. So I gave that up pretty quickly, which I think is understandable because I just didn't. I didn't have any guidance. I just she's like, here's a guitar, off you go, and I didn't realize I didn't see a problem with it until I went to my first music lesson and whipped out my guitar, and the music teacher was like, why have you got that? And I was like, what do you mean? My mum bought it for me for the lessons. And he's like, that's the wrong guitar, dude. Like, I can't teach you that.
I've never told anyone this before, but that's the wrong guitar.
Yeah. I didn't think I could say that, but that's the wrong guitar. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, what do you want me to do? And I ended up just bludging for like 6 months.
How was your lesson, son? Oh, yeah, it was good, Mum.
Yeah, it was, Because it was music at school. So I actually used to get out of lessons to go and do these guitar lessons. Yeah, so I wasn't that mad about it. Yeah. Until it was kind of just like, it got to the point where everybody was like starting to play chords and stuff. And I was just kind of like, I can play Smoke on the Water. Like, that's it. And I taught myself how to play Smoke on the Water.
You didn't
like,
even.
nobody taught me
help you
shit.
that, yeah.
Nah, so I gave up the bass guitar pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then I haven't really played any other instruments. I bought myself an electric drum kit.
Yeah.
But only because I've always wanted to play drums, and Mum wouldn't let me because she said it would be too difficult because you have to keep time with the rest of the band. And now, being a DJ, that's literally all I do is keep time.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was funny how that worked out. But
She's just like, no, son, I don't think your timing's good enough for that.
Yeah. And now I'm a DJ. So fuck you, Mum. No, joke. Shout out to my mum. No.
Yeah, much love to all the mums out there.
Yes, big love to mums.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And so you started. So how old were you when you got the decks then?
14.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've just been you were just practicing at home and stuff for a while.
I taught
did you
myself.
do many house parties or something?
Well, I was 14, so no.
Bit later, maybe like that?
When I started, like when I was I had those decks for about 4 years, and I literally destroyed them. Like it got to the point where the crossfader fell off, and the tempo thing didn't work anymore, and so like I ended up having to buy new decks, which were the DDJ SX decks, and they run on Serato and stuff, and I taught myself how to use them as well. And then I started playing house parties, and I bought speakers that you could take to gigs. So I ended up being my own roadie. So I got my Ps when I was 17. So that's when I really started playing house parties, because I was like being my own roadie and driving to gigs and stuff. And getting booked by my friend. Like I started getting booked, I guess you could say, for my friends' birthday parties for like a couple of drinks.
It always starts out.
Yeah,
you want to come play tunes? You're like, yeah, man, of course I do.
And
you don't need money then. It's just like, I just want to play for people.
Literally, I just wanted to play in front of a crowd. And I remember my first ever proper cool gig was at my friend Riley's birthday party. And he, his dad started yelling at me through the window that I was standing next to. And I thought he was telling me to turn it down. So I turned it down, and his dad was like, what the fuck are you doing? Turn it the fuck up. And I was like, oh, hell yeah.
I'm loving this.
Yeah. So it was just great. It was a great time. That was my first ever cool gig where I actually got to take the little plastic pieces of shit first decks. And I think that's where they got trashed actually. But that was cool. I think I started playing house parties when I was like 15, 16, and then started getting paid for it when I was 17, and didn't actually get into the club scene until I was 19.
Yeah.
It's just been ever since then.
So what was your first gig that you played? Not at a club. Let's go first to the first house party gig you played.
First paid gig?
No, the first one, like at a house party or whatever, like, that.
Well, my first house party that I played that I got paid for was my neighbor's 40th, and it was a burlesque party, and all of her friends, I shit you not, they were all MILFs. They all were wearing lingerie, and they not a single dude there. And I was fucking loving life. I was like, this is fucking
How old were you
sweet.
here?
Like 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just absolutely loving life. And they she hired this.
What were you playing?
Dude, just my shit that I like.
Yeah, it's like
they didn't
it's a
give
burlesque party. They didn't want.
By the time I got
stuff,
there, she was already pretty half cut. So she didn't care. She'd been drinking all day.
Yeah.
And she was like, just play whatever you want. Doesn't matter. I played for hours, and I ended up getting paid $400 or something to play for whatever 6-7 hours, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
fucking
sick for your first,
dude, I was
paid.
happy with that. And she had
it's right next door to. You don't have to
Oh
travel.
no, she had moved. She had divorced and whatever by this
So
point.
it's
But
a different spot. Yeah.
But it was it was only 10 minutes away from my place, so I just drove down there. And she ended up hiring a bucking bull, and it was.
So it's like a full party.
It was a wild party,
Yeah.
and I ended up packing up and leaving because I had played for the time that I'd given her. You know what I mean? 7 hour set, whatever the fuck it was. And I packed up, and she's like, "What are you doing? Can you play longer?" And my girlfriend at the time was literally falling asleep next to me, and I was like, "I think I should take her home."
Yeah.
I ended up taking her home and coming back to the party with a different set of speakers, and I left that set of speakers there with an aux cord, and I was just like, "You can use these," because they didn't have speakers, and they were like, I was just like, "You can use them. Have a good time. I'm going. See you later." Yeah, but that was wild. My first ever paid gig was that house party, and that was wild.
Yeah, that sounds like a good little experience.
Yeah.
It's wild house parties, man, and I can't wait for this next 6 months to a year. I think there's going to be some pretty dope house parties going on.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
There's going to be some good ones, I think.
I've been talking to a few people about this as well, and I think that like this sort of time with everybody being locked up, it just gives like, it sort of makes you think about what you can do to party, because like you can't just go out and go to a venue now. It's like, how can I party?
You have to actually think about it and be creative.
Yeah,
it's
and like
you don't just go, we'll go out.
Yeah, it's like now it's like, which one of your friends has the biggest house?
Yeah,
can we go there? Like,
yeah.
Like,
who's got the best sound system as well they can bring?
Yeah, literally.
You know,
so like who can be the DJ? Whose venue can we go at? And blah 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 blah. And you got to work it out for yourself now.
Yeah.
And it's like we've all become our own little event managers.
Yeah.
Trying to fucking work out.
Even better, what I'm excited for is going to be like, you can like, with all the streams going on.
Yeah.
You can watch. You can watch someone. You can watch a Diplo play a set at a house party.
Yep.
Like,
Literally.
you know what I mean? Like you could just have like figure out who's streaming that whole night at different times and go, these are the set times.
Make them a set time.
Put them, just switch over to their channel and stuff, and then you can literally have like a festival at your house.
Fuck yes. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
man.
you definitely could
sick.
do that.
It's gonna be so sick.
Fuck yeah, that's so cool.
So yeah, I'm pretty keen for the return of the house party, man.
I love the way streams are going right now. Like it's really
they've gotten
cool.
better too.
So much better.
When it first started, I was so uninspired.
Oh yeah, bullshit.
So uninspired.
Just
but
that
now it's like, oh man, there's some cool shit happening.
But like you used to get those cunts that would just fucking like put their phone next to a speaker and like go live on Facebook and shit, and that
sounds
was bullshit.
terrible.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
There's nothing. It's just
and the video quality shit, and they've like. And they try and make it better by putting these disco lights and shit up, and it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, just fucking stop.
Yeah, get some real equipment. It takes time,
man.
But yeah, and that was funny. Like all the webcams just were like gone.
Dude, I struggled to get a web. I think I got the last webcam on the Gold Coast for my first webcam.
Yeah,
and then I went to EB Games and I was like, I need another webcam. I wanted that second angle like really bad.
Yeah,
and they were like, yeah, look, we're gonna get our next shipment in on this day. So I was gonna come back then, and I ended up coming in like 2 days too late, and they ran out. And
sold
I was like,
straight away,
dude. I couldn't believe it, and I was like, fuck. And then I saw that they had like one webcam left in the cabinet, and I was like, can I have that one? And she was like, yeah. And she whipped it out, and it was like way more expensive than I wanted to pay.
Yeah,
but I ended up fronting it anyway because I was just like,
exactly.
I wanted that second angle so bad.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make my streams better and better. And
just to have that, just makes a little bit of difference. Even with now, I've got this one. To have two angles, you guys. Just makes it heaps different. Hey,
yeah.
Like, just to have that option.
Just to be able to swap between the two.
Yeah.
It's
so good. Yeah. And again, same thing. I went to buy this camera 1 week, and I was like, oh no, I'm getting paid next week, so I'll just get it next week. Like I'll wait till I've got heaps of money.
Nope.
And then within that 1 week, like everywhere had stock.
Yeah.
1 week later,
gone.
Shit, where no one's got it. Like,
nobody.
Literally, no one had it. I think I probably got the last one in Australia. I had to like order it from like in Sydney. Paid like an extra $100 for it.
Bro.
I was just like, I want that webcam. Like, give it to me. So
That's so cooked.
But
man, I ended up going into like JB Hi-Fi, EB Games, Good Guys, J-Car, fucking everywhere. And I ended up looking online, and I found this one website that had the camera that I wanted for cheaper than I wanted to pay for it.
Yeah.
And it said that it was in stock. And then I went right to the end where it said, like, put your PayPal account in and stuff, blah, blah, blah.
It's like, oh, we're out of
and
stock.
then as I hit pay now, it went, there's no stock left. I was like, that's fucking bullshit.
I wonder if it was their system or if someone just bought it right before you. They just bought it.
I was just like, how the fuck does this happen?
You just missed out.
Literally only just. And I was like, so mad. But yeah. So funny, but yeah, literally nowhere in Australia has any webcams that you can get.
Yeah, I remember ringing some people and just being like, hey, do you guys have webcams? And they just start laughing.
Yeah,
on the end of the
dude,
phone.
I got that as well. I rang JB Hi-Fi.
Like, oh, you're kidding.
Dude,
are you serious?
I know. I rang my local JB Hi-Fi at one point, and I was like, hey, I'm just checking that you have this in stock. And they actually laughed at me, and then they're like, no. And I was like, fuck, all right.
They're like, no, we have exactly 0 webcams.
Yeah, literally. I was like, fine, whatever.
Yeah, it's funny. It's interesting to see what's like sold out and being really important for people, like gym weights, webcams, and all that kind of stuff.
All that stuff.
Yeah, that people have just been like crazy for.
My face masks, can't get them anywhere, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you don't need a face mask, man. Like, I just fucking.
Yeah.
I remember the point where everybody was like fucking buying face masks, and then I saw this one post that was like, stop buying face masks because the hospitals don't have any now because everybody's like buying them from the
You
distributor.
don't need them. The hospital needs them.
Yeah, and it's like I just
stay home.
I read. Yeah, I really I read that and I was like, how fucking crazy do people need to fucking be, dude? Like so dumb.
Meanwhile, someone's got like 1,000 boxes of face masks in their
Just sitting
garage
there.
or something.
Yeah,
they'll
not
never
even-
use it. They'll
Don't
probably
even
throw
put
them
one
out.
on. Like
They'll probably throw them out.
so dumb.
In the end. So what was the first DJ gig you got at a club then? How did you sort that out and where was it and how did that go?
Well, first club gig. I mean, it doesn't really count, but it was Your Shot
Yeah.
a couple of years ago.
Oh, that counts.
was
So you're in Your Shot, yeah.
yeah. I did Your Shot in
What-
2016.
2016, yeah.
Yeah, and then I went 2015. And like went in for the interview and didn't get it, and I just like I had braces when I was like 18,
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck you guys, that's because I got braces. Like, fuck you, I'm not cool
Who
enough.
who
for
interviewed
guys.
you? Do you remember?
Nah, I don't remember that year. I don't even remember the.
I was gonna call him. I was gonna call him.
Call
out.
him out, yeah, nah.
Fucking
Like,
discriminating
fuck you guys.
against braces.
Nah. I just but yeah, I ended up going in 2016, and that was the year the LJ won,
Yeah.
and that's like sort of how LJ and I sort of linked up.
Oh, so that's because I remember LJ was here at that stream you did.
Yeah.
That's how I saw the stream because I didn't really know. We weren't friends or anything. then.
Yeah.
I just saw her like
The
streaming.
stream,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh man, it's a bit of a vibe in there. Like,
Yeah,
some little
absolutely. I
swords and
took
stuff.
my shirt off pretty quickly. It doesn't
That's right. Yeah.
doesn't take much for me to take my shirt off. But yeah, just Your Shot, and then my first ever like paid club gig that I got booked for. That was just complete bullshit because I like didn't end up getting paid for it because I met this guy at Your Shot. I can't remember his name, and I probably shouldn't say it anyway. But
Just tell us later. You remember his name.
Yeah,
You're just pretending.
Cody something, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I met him at Your Shot through one of the other guys that was playing there. He wasn't playing, he was just a mate of one of the guys. And then he messaged me. No, he put this thing up on Facebook a couple months after Your Shot had finished. And he was like, oh, I can't play this gig at Hayer Bar. Can someone fill in for me? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, like definitely I'll do it. And he's like, he messaged me and he's like, it's a 5-hour gig, it's $300. This is what you have to play, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, sweet. All good, I'm ready, I can do this. And I was like so proud of myself. I was
Yeah.
like, I've been booked for my first gig, fuck yeah. I ended up playing, and then like first 2 hours, they were kind of like, work on what you're playing, like you're not really playing to the room and stuff. And I was like, this is what I've been told to play. Anyway, just the usual club gig stuff. And then after the gig, I was like, all right, man, like, thanks for the gig. Like, here's my bank details. Pay me whenever you want. Like, I wasn't going to hustle him. I was just whatever. I was still a kid. I was like, whatever, just pay me whenever. And then like a few weeks went by and I was like, just whenever.
man,
I
what's
was
going
like,
on?
yeah, I
Like,
was
you
like,
still
just
there?
whenever you're ready, bro. Like, here's my bank details, blah, blah, blah. A few months went by and like, I was like getting to the point where I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, this cunt's not going to pay me. And then I was in Brisbane one weekend for some festival. I can't remember what it was. And I was pretty much relying on that money to come through. Because he's like, I got to the point where I was messaging him like daily. And he said he was going to pay me. He said he was gonna pay me.
I'm sending it. I'll do it.
Well, he was giving me the excuse that he hadn't been paid by the venue yet. And I was like, bro, this is like 3 months ago. Like, And then I started messaging him like every day. And then I was like, look, dude, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be in Brisbane this weekend. How about I knew where he lived because I had to go to his place to get some music off of him for this gig. So I was like, how about I come to your house and like, you can just pay me there and then I'll just fuck off. Like, it's all good. It wasn't like a threat or anything. I was just saying like,
He's probably
how about
sweating bricks because he didn't have the money.
I was just like, how about I make it easier for you instead of like, because I was just trying to make it easier for him so that he would just
As
pay
if
me.
transferring money's not easy.
Oh yeah, I don't know, man. Like I just wanted my money, and I was just like,
exactly.
and fucking he was like, oh no, how about I meet you in the city? And I was like, fine, whatever. So we were at Botanical Gardens waiting for this dude, and he ended up texting me. I'm on my way. He was fucking like 2 hours late. I stood at Botanical Gardens for like 3 hours for this cunt, and then we got in his car. He dropped us to our hotel. He gave me half the money, said goodbye, and drove off. I never saw him again. Never heard from him again. Never saw him again.
He disappeared.
Dude, still owes me $150.
Oh, let's get that money back.
I want that money.
We'll figure it out.
I want
we'll
my
get
money.
It back.
But yeah, that I
And
think-
interest after all these
Oh,
years.
definitely. What? It's been like 3 or 4 years. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely want my interest.
Oh, that's hilarious. Wow, hilarious for us listening.
Yeah.
Probably sucked for you.
It sucked at the time, but
Yeah.
I'm over it now. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've never had I'm not talking in the mic right now. Hang on.
Nah, you'll be right. They'll still hear you.
But yeah, I think that's the only gig that I was promised money and didn't get paid. I think all the other gigs I did actually get paid for.
Yeah,
But like, there was also the gigs that you play where, you know, someone goes, "Oh, do you want to play?" And you're like, "Yeah, definitely." And then they go, "Oh, but it'll be for the exposure. Like, I'm not going to pay you." Like, there's always those gigs as well. But like, it's
but at least
fine.
they tell you beforehand.
Yeah, it's fine.
Because you can then say, "Nah, no, not for me." Then
literally, because like I'm fine with that. If you tell me you're not going to pay me, all good. But if you tell me you're going to pay me and then don't, like, just don't fucking lie to me. Like, just be straight up with me.
I don't know. I reckon you should always just swing them $50 if they're paying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If it's like, oh man, I can't pay you for the full time, but like, here's $50.
Yeah,
like, you know,
dude,
like
I would have even been happy with just like a drink tab. Like, I didn't even get a drink tab that night. Like, it was just the whole thing of it was just bullshit. Like, but and I've never ever been to Hayo Bar since.
Oh yeah, really?
Not once.
You're like, get out of here.
Yeah, I just got bad memories now.
Back.
I just get triggered. Every time I see the sign driving past it, I'm like,
yeah, exactly. So that was the first gig. But how did you go at your shot? Like, what kind of music did you play in your set there? I'm interested to know.
I fucking cooked.
Everyone hates it when you bring up like what you used to play. Yeah, like when you first started that, they're like, "Oh man, it was so cringe." But what were you into back then?
Well, I didn't take their advice when they were like,
I did take their advice.
Well, they kept.
They're like, "We're gonna teach you how to DJ. We're gonna give you all this advice."
No. I already knew how to DJ, so I entered as a wild card for starters.
Okay, you're in the wild card category.
So like, I didn't get any training or anything, but they like from the start they were like, play what you want to play, don't play crowd pleasing stuff. And I ended up changing my set like 4 times, and then I ended up playing this set that I didn't really want to play, and I think that's why my energy wasn't there. Yeah, because like I ended up playing this set that I didn't really want to play, and like it had a few crowd pleasers in it, and it had a few tracks that I wanted to play. And then I actually played, because you know at the wildcard stage how you play next to someone who plays at the same time?
Yeah.
I played next to the chick who won. So
who won that year?
Emily something wildcard.
Emily wildcard.
Because LJ LJ won
the
it.
main draw.
Yeah, but it was Emily something that won the wildcards.
Yeah.
And she was on stage at the same time as me.
Yeah.
And like I was trying to hype her up and whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she ended up winning.
But it's different when it's like the silent disco sort of vibe in there.
Was really weird, yeah. My auntie ended up coming to that, and like, I watched, because I didn't even know she was coming, and she like sort of walked in, and I was like, what the fuck? I watched her walk in with these headphones on, and you could just see she was lost, like, what is going on?
What's going on? Yeah,
and she was like, I kept watching her like take her headphones off and go,
where are what is this?
What's going on? Why is there no music? Like, I don't understand. Because like literally, it's so funny when you take your headphones off and you can hear everybody dancing.
Everyone dancing.
You can hear the footsteps on the floor and stuff.
And then every now and again, someone's like, "Woo!"
Yeah, and you're like, you can't hear you, bro. Like,
yeah. No.
And I thought the funniest part about that was that like they didn't use microphones because there wasn't a speaker. So when they wanted to do an announcement downstairs at the Wildcards, this dude come out with a fucking megaphone. And just went, all right, next on the scene, we have it. And I was like, what the fuck? Surely you would just have a microphone for the headphones.
Yeah. It's not that hard.
Like,
just into the decks and stuff like
that.
No,
he's like, all right, everybody take your headphones off so I can talk to you. It's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I said we should do this year. We should just get like heaps of people in the scene.
Yeah.
Like who are like DJing and stuff, like graveyards and like people like that. If you've never entered, let's all just do the wild card.
Yes.
And just have like the maddest party downstairs.
Yes.
Live stream it.
Holy fuck,
you know what I mean? Because if you live stream it, people at home can like watch and listen on speakers.
Yes. And be decent and be satisfied with the actual sound of it and stuff. But I feel like...
Your shot, hit me up. I'll organize it.
Yes. Fucking
that'd be so sick though. Could you just imagine that? Like just all people who haven't entered who are like, you know, like touring DJs and stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like playing in the wild
just
card
in the wild card.
Just the maddest
the actual
party.
definition of wild card. Like, fucking, it would be wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like fucking a big part of your shot is like the money they make from the ticket sales as well.
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah. But I mean, you can't, if you're in Sydney, you can't come to the Brisbane one. Really.
True, that's true. That's true. I wouldn't mind going to and watching the Sydney ones as well. So maybe a live stream is a good idea. Don't really want to front the cost for a plane ticket just to go and watch your shot.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe you pay for the live stream. You pay $5.
That'd be cool. I'd pay $5. You gotta organize this shit.
Wait, who is it? Is it Steve that's in charge? Anyway, I'll talk to some people.
So,
we'll figure it out.
Your people can talk to my people.
Dippy, link us up with some people. And Dr. Werewolf, Adam, we'll sort it out.
Yes.
I'm gonna go for a quick piss, and then we'll come back and
Yeah.
we'll keep going.
Having a quick break, quick intermission.
All right, we're back.
Hello.
Bang.
Intermission's over.
Intermission. That's it. That's the problem, man. Like since this whole ISO, thing started.
Yeah.
So just smash the beers, man.
Literally.
been smashing them hard.
I mean, especially when you call your podcast a beer with.
Yeah.
I mean, you, like,
Yeah, I know,
dude.
I know.
You just, it's like incentive. And
I
it's
know.
like,
I would highly recommend, but highly discourage people from having something that you do that involves drinking beer.
bro. Oh,
Because
okay.
I mean, it's great.
Beer or drinking in general.
Yeah, in general,
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Because I mean, it's great, but it's like at the same time, it's like, oh man, I'm drinking a lot of beer.
Dude, that's me with the Friday live streams.
Yeah.
Like, especially because it's at my house. Like, I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I just get fucking maggot at my own house and then just go to bed.
Exactly.
Like, as soon as, like,
yeah.
graveyards or whoever leaves, I'm like, yeah, bro, see you later. Thanks for coming in. Bed.
Bang.
Like, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, turn all the shit off, go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's like we do the Friday knockoffs thing, which is the video
Yeah.
call thing every week, and it's dangerous because
Yeah.
it's like it's not like going out because
Yeah.
you don't have to get home.
Yeah.
There's no security there telling
Yeah.
you, hey mate, you've had too many. But it's not like going to someone's house because it's like you don't have to get home or you
Yeah.
don't have to find a bed or you
No.
don't have to do whatever. And it's not like having mates at your house because you don't have to go get out, go
Yeah.
home, I'm going to bed. It's
Yeah.
literally like you can just like you can be drinking in your bed
That's the
and
sickest
then
part.
just pass out.
Literally, that's the sickest part about like what's happening right now with all the live streams and stuff is like
Yeah.
you can literally party from your own house and feel like you're at a party.
Yeah.
And then not even have to worry about Ubers or fucking, you
Yeah.
know, vomiting on the side of the road. You can just fucking like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like just fucking go to bed. Like it's
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
so good. And like, especially like, cause like I was fucking eating out heaps as well.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
spending all my money on fucking eating out. And then it's
Yeah.
just like, I'll just make fucking toast or whatever before I go to
Yeah,
bed. So
yeah,
it's
make
just
some
like,
food, yeah.
just like, don't
You
even have to worry about
get
it.
that Macca's feed on the way home.
Nah,
or anything,
I mean,
or a
because
kebab at the
then you'd have to go out to get it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny that you're running that Friday knockoff fucking thing, dude. Because like my Friday event that I run at Rattles is called Friday Knockoff.
Oh, really?
It's so because
There you go.
when you told me about that, I was like, that's so funny because like we started
collab in the future.
literally, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Yeah,
do
we've gotta-
like
we've
a
gotta
live
do-
Zoom stream at Rattles or whatever. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely keen to do. I can't wait till we can go out again. I got so
Literally.
many ideas.
so many
for
ideas.
so many things. And it's really cool when we do our live stream here. We try to make it a bit interactive in terms of we have that room open as well in here.
This room. No.
Yeah, but like we have the Zoom video meeting open as
Oh
well.
right, yeah,
So
got ya.
people come into the Zoom room and we sit here and chat while we're all also watching the stream and listening.
That's sick.
So it's like a little bit of like interactive. Like you can be at home and still be having a party with a few people and listening to the stream. So
That's
it's like just bringing
sick.
that sort of interactive sort of element to it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Could you even like put the Zoom stream up on that screen at the back, like with everybody's faces while they were DJing? Or would that be weird? Or,
Probably.
like,
Well, because what I end up doing is I end up editing it together and putting it on YouTube.
oh yeah,
And I put in the top corner, I have the little video of everyone from the Zoom meeting.
oh
I
yeah,
record
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So you can like see what they're doing there. Like one of the ones when I had Gravy and Bodie
Yeah,
play.
legends.
We ended up coming in here later on because we didn't do the Zoom thing then. Oh, we did it, but something happened. I can't remember what happened. Maybe we didn't do it. It wouldn't work. But so we sat in here with OBS just with a webcam there and re-watched the stream that they had just done
Yeah,
and got on the piss and then put that up. Fuck,
That's
that was,
cool.
That was loose. So it was literally us sitting there like reviewing, like watching the stream back and like
yeah,
reviewing it.
That's
basically.
cool.
But yeah, it was funny. Like by the end, Bodie's like asleep on the chair.
yeah.
Because it's like we've
Because
been
he's
drinking.
just played drinking and then he's
Well,
drinking again.
he's had prees before he got there.
oh god,
And then he's been drinking at the stream, and then we watched it for 2 hours afterwards. Like
that
drinking.
that
Yeah.
man knows how to fucking party.
Yeah,
like, he is an absolute weapon.
Yeah.
I love partying with that man. He's
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
always a good time to hang
Good
around.
bloke, yeah, yeah.
Always a good time
Yeah.
when I hang out with him. And I never get to it, like, because obviously he's in Brizzy and I'm on the fucking GC. So like,
yeah.
he'll come to Rattles every now and then, or like I'll come up here to a gig or something. But like always a great time. He's such a fucking sick cunt.
Yeah. Love that dude.
Such a good dude.
So yeah, DJ gigs then. So you did your first one, which was the one at Hey Ya.
The one-
What happened
yeah.
then after that? Like, where was your
I made a few.
When was your
contacts.
first one that you like weren't filling in? You were doing one for yourself, or you'd contacted someone or sorted it out. What happened? How'd you sort that out?
So, like, with your shot, like, nothing really came from your shot for me
Yeah.
because I didn't like win or come second or anything like that.
And it's the
But
wild card too. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like the wild cards, even if you win, it's not as big a deal.
not gonna lie, I kind of regret it. So, like, just
Kind
like
of
not
regret it,
regret
yeah.
doing your shot, just
Yeah.
regret being a wild card.
Yeah, yeah,
Because like I definitely feel like the contestants get more out of it than the wild cards do.
Yeah.
But I like even after doing your shot, I didn't win or anything, but I made a whole bunch of friends and stuff that I was.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't regret it. I made a whole bunch of friends and stuff.
You're like actually thinking back now.
Actually thinking about it, I did make a whole lot of friends from it. But
Yeah.
a few of those friends went on to do parties and stuff. Like I don't know if you know about Ho Squared.
Yeah, I know those boys.
Yeah, so I met them at my your shot.
Yeah,
And
Durst and Chris.
and Chris
Yeah.
and I can't remember the other guy's name.
I only know those two boys. So
Yeah, there's the two that would run Ho Squared, and then there was
Yeah.
another friend of mine who went up to run party at Amped nightclub.
Yeah.
And that was my first gig that I sort of got approached for, where like he messaged me and he's like, "Yo, I'm organizing this event." It was called House Party, but it was HAUS
Yeah.
party. And it was like you'd have like beer pong and all this sort of stuff in Amped nightclub, and that was cool. Like he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, do you want to play like the open set?" And that was my first gig that I got like approached for, and that was like shortly after the whole Haya Bar thing. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
that long after that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I played at Amped a few times for Ho Squared as well. And yeah, I went on to play. I played a few Brisbane gigs. I entered into another competition called 4-4 at Oh Hello.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to Oh Hello. Fuck, I missed that place.
yeah.
Um,
You know, it's funny. Like I miss Oh Hello as well, but I actually miss the mono more, which is what Oh Hello used to be. That's how old I am.
really?
Yeah, the mono man.
I never
was
even knew that.
The mono was dope. Like
Really?
so sick. It was like church themed.
Oh, what?
Because it's the monastery, like the
Yeah,
monastery.
yeah.
So like the chairs were like crosses that were upside down. Like everything
Whoa.
had crosses, and like it was real. Yeah, it was hectic, man. It used to be like just dirty electro back, like the 2007, 8, 9 days, like just dirty electro kind of vibes.
Fuck,
yeah.
that's nuts. Bring
So
back
good.
that shit. Like, when
Yeah.
did clubs decide to go, let's play trash? Like,
Yeah.
when did that happen?
Yeah.
Because I swear, like, I hear so many stories of people going, when I used to go clubbing, it all used to be dirty electro, dirty techno, blah, 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 good shit, like, good
Yeah.
music. Like, why the fuck did people all of a sudden go, let's play Katy Perry and shit? Like,
Because
what
people
the-
want money.
Bro, that's fucking
Clubs want to
bullshit.
make money, bro.
Fuck that bullshit, man. I just, like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Fucking white women are so uncultured. I'm joking.
Oh, that's it. That's hilarious. Yeah, no,
Nah,
but
but
yeah,
Oh Hello, yeah, I
So
did-
Oh Hello,
I did the-
you did the 4-4 one.
The 4-4 at Oh Hello.
What year was
and-
that? I don't even remember hearing about that.
Fuck, man, that was would have been 2017, I think,
Yeah.
because it was like probably the year after your shop. I went
Yeah.
into that one, and that's when I sort of started getting into deep house and tech house and stuff because I
Yeah.
was, elsewhere.
Yeah.
I started going to once I turned 18, I started going to elsewhere a lot,
Yeah.
like every weekend, and that's
Yeah.
that's how I fell into that whole scene. So I like started loving. I made a lot of friends from elsewhere that were DJs and stuff, and they sort of started helping me get into DJing a lot more and
Yeah.
defining my sound as well,
Yeah.
and sort of learning what I enjoyed playing versus what I enjoyed listening to.
Yeah,
Was a big thing, and so yeah, playing at the competition for 4-4 really defined my sort of DJ career without me even realizing it because I like sat down and made this set that was fucking awesome. I really enjoyed it and I
Yeah.
really enjoyed playing it, and I didn't win that comp as well, but you remember Gerpel Baines?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Gerps.
yeah, Gerps. So
Yeah.
Gerps come up to me after the comp and he's like, "Look, man, like I'm going to tell you right now, like you didn't win, but you played a really fantastic set. I'd love to have you back sometime." And I was like, "Yeah, sweet. Like I'd love to come back anytime you want."
Yeah.
And then he didn't end up like we didn't do, like I don't know. It must have just been like a miscommunication or whatever. But we didn't end up having. I didn't end up getting booked there again. But I ended up becoming a promoter for Oh Hello. So I ended up, even though I lived on the GC, I ended up coming up to Oh Hello every weekend
Yeah.
and like promoting for them and putting up posters and tagging them and all sorts of stuff, and
Yeah.
just promoting them and stuff, and then getting free drinks here and there, and then I met people through that, and that's how I think LJ and I become really good friends, and like started bonding a bit more because she was playing there a lot. So and we started like becoming friends there at that point, and then I played. I don't remember where else I played up here. I played a few gigs up here, and then I didn't even really get into the Gold Coast scene. Like I started begging elsewhere for a gig a long time ago. Yeah. And it took me about literally took me about
I want to play there. What have I got to do?
Literally, that's what
Tell
it
me
was.
what I got to do.
That's what it was, man. And it was literally about 2 years of begging before they come up to me and they were like, all right, we've got an opening on this day. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, let me check my calendar. Nothing. And I was like, yeah, literally. And I was
I
like,
can clear my calendar for you.
Literally. And I was like, yeah, like absolutely anytime you want. And I ended up playing, and I ended up not playing fantastically well. So I didn't think that they were too impressed. And I ended up going up and asking the guy who booked me, and he was like, yeah, look, like you need to work on a few things. And I was like, fair enough. But it was like another 2 years before I got booked there again, but it was the flip side. Like they asked me to play.
Yeah.
So that was fantastic. And then because the first gig that I played, there was literally, I played the opening set. So there was literally nobody in the club except for all my friends and my mum.
Yeah, man, I've played openers. I know how to play open sets.
We've all played
like
openers.
No one there.
We've all played
openers.
Playing
for the like bar staff and a couple of punches,
literally. It was literally just my friends and my mum. And
as long as you can get a little head nod by someone, who's just like bopping, you're like,
yes, literally,
it's working.
I'm doing well
because no one's gonna be like balling out on the dance floor at that stage.
Not at 8 o'clock at night.
If you can get a foot tap,
that's
or
enough.
A head nod,
you're
doing well.
Doing all right.
Yeah.
And then, I went on to play the second time I played elsewhere. I played the most it was like 1 a.m. So it was like prime time.
Yeah.
It was like the
total opposite.
The club was fucking heaving. It was like fucking hot. It was Halloween. So like I dressed up in this Ghostbusters onesie thing that was, and I played this remix of the Ghostbusters theme in the uniform, and just fucking the club was absolute, like you couldn't get in. The line was out the fucking street. Like the place was heaving. Yeah, it was unbelievable. That gig was unbelievable. And then before that, I think it was would have been probably the end of 2017. No, we're in 2020, so it would have been the end of 2018. I saw this post on Facebook that was Rattlesnake, and it was like, we're looking for new residents, chuck in your resume kind of thing to this email. And I emailed the email and realized that I already had the email in my address, and I couldn't figure out why. And it was Brock's email. And I realized that I had done a gig for Brock a lot, like probably a year before, at this little restaurant that I got kicked off the decks for. Because they didn't tell, the music brief that I got, I filled. But when I got to the gig, this old lady, it was like her 60th birthday that she had hired out the whole venue for.
Okay.
And I didn't get told that. So
she wanted different music to what you were told.
When I was playing, she was asking me for AC/DC In Excess. And I was like,
classic pub anthem.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't have any of that. I've been told to play this sort of stuff. The venue manager come up to me. She wasn't mad, but she was just like, I understand the miscommunication, but like maybe you should just get off and go home. And like literally, so I got told to go home. I played
we can use Nightlife and do this.
No, she did. She turned Nightlife on, and then I went home and I messaged Brock, and I was like, look, man, like I don't know what happened, but I just got kicked off. So, and he was like, you look all good. And then, that's how Brock and I had our first interaction. I never met him face to face. It was just through emails and Facebook messages and stuff. And then when I applied for the Rattles thing, he was like, come in for an interview kind of thing, and we'll just see how we go. And I went in there and I met him, and he's like, dude, like I think I've booked you before and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, like I think so. I didn't know why I had your email and blah, blah, blah. And there was me and two other guys that were applying for the residency. And they got all of us to jump on the decks and play a 15-minute set of just like what you would play on a Saturday night. Yeah. And I was fucking hell nervous because I'd never met these other dudes, so I didn't know if they were good DJs or not. And I didn't think I was a good DJ at the time. So like I got on and I played.
And it's intimate. It's not like there's, it's you and like 2 or 3 other people there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like no one else.
And they were all, they're
not doing anything else but watching and listening to you
that's
DJ.
what I'm saying. Because like Brock and the other 2 guys were literally standing over the decks and watching every little thing that I did. It was very intimidating.
Yeah.
And I Ended up playing for 15 minutes, and then I finished because Brock was like, all right, call that. And then none of them said anything for like 2 minutes, and I was like, did I do something wrong? And then they were just all gobsmacked, and Brock was like, because we were applying for a Friday night residency, and then Brock just went, I think you need to be the Saturday night resident. And I was like, bro, that's fine by me. Like, no worries at all.
Yeah.
And then the other two guys played, and I realized that then I wasn't in trouble because one of them just like couldn't mix at all.
Yeah.
And like
train wrecked it.
And the other one wasn't used to using CDJs. He was used to using his controller, so he didn't really know the buttons and stuff. So like I was just kind of like, sweet, all goods. Like and that's where my Rattles career kicked off. And I was I DJ'd there on a Saturday for a while doing opens, and then I got given the Saturday headline set, and then I got promoted just recently to managing Fridays, and then all this Corona stuff kicked in. So I was managing Fridays started in November last year, and then so maybe 6 months before all this stuff happened. But I'd never done anything managing a club before that.
So how's that experience been?
It was
interesting seeing the other side.
It was interesting, and it's also very intimidating as well because I got thrown in the deep end. I really had no idea what I was doing, and I had to I started off making my own art and stuff, and because I wasn't sort of sticking to any particular theme, the guys were like, we'll start making the art now because they wanted it. It wasn't that the art was wrong. It was just that they wanted to keep it.
Some consistency.
Theme, and I didn't know
that when someone's scrolling through their feed and they go, oh, that's Rattlesnake.
Like,
because it's got that consistent sort of work or something.
And I was just trying to make whacked out art because I just am a whacked out guy. So each week the art would be some fucking whacked out tie-dye shit. You know what I mean? It's just really weird. I noticed
your tat on your
the Bart.
The Bart that's
face melting Bart.
Face melting Bart.
Yeah, dude. I fucking I don't mind a bit of The Simpsons. But I ended up making these weird art things, and then they were like, we'll take over. And it was cool when they did because it gave me a little bit less to worry about, and all I had to do was worry about like booking DJs and making sure that they're on time and playing the right stuff and all that kind of stuff. But it was kind of intimidating still because like I still don't know what I'm doing, like especially when it comes to like numbers, because like they go, you have to make this much money in a night for you to get paid and all this kind of stuff. Like, I was just like, fuck, I don't know how to do that. So like,
how do you do that?
How do I monitor like the bar sales and stuff? So it's been a very fun transition, but it was quite I don't want to say intimidating. It was just like a big move.
Learning curve.
Yeah, a big learning curve, absolutely. Because like I went from just being a DJ and getting fucking maggot on a Friday to actually having to go into the office. Yeah, I go into the office every couple of hours now and go, what's going on, any fights, what money are we sitting at? What can I do to help? Is there blah blah? Because shit happens, and
you've got to come up with promotion strategies. And how do you get people in the door?
Yeah,
what specials can we run to to get people drinking and all that kind of stuff.
The thing that I've noticed the most as well is like not putting it's hard not to put too many people on the guest list, because now that I manage, all my friends want to come because they think they can get in for free, but I'm like, bro, like I still need to make money. If you really want to support me, come and pay the $10 to get in, and I'm happy to give you like 2 or 3 drinks. But like, just pay the door charge, and I'll fucking sort you out from there. But it's just because like, and don't get me wrong, I love my friends and I'd do anything for them, but like, it's just some point.
Business, bro. Like, they need to make money. Like, you can't run a cool party without people spending money. And so
absolutely, and they just don't understand that because they just see it as a party. So like, they don't understand the whole business side of it, and it's just bro, like there is a bit more to it than just coming in the door and getting maggot. Like,
man, someone's got to pay for all this.
Rent's
not cheap.
The electricity, the rent, literally,
equipment, cleaning costs. Fuck, can you imagine cleaning a nightclub?
Fuck that.
Nightclub clean it. People who clean nightclubs, you are God's people.
Gods.
Like,
I've seen Rattles at 4 a.m. when the lights come on. It's fucking rough. It's especially if it rains outside. Shit's fucked. It's gross, dude. And like, you fucking, especially when the lights come on and you're just like, fucking, how did they get so much mud in here and stuff? And it's just like, because it's all concrete outside. It's like, where are you trucking this in from?
You just need to get a little bit of moisture on the shoes, and everyone, get a few hundred people walking through. There's going to be some mud and some dirt there for sure.
And I've always been like, very protective of Rattles because I went through like all these gigs that, you know, I didn't get paid for, I didn't get treated at very well. So like, and literally the first night that I played at Rattlesnake was my 21st birthday.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah, it wasn't my
That'd be
actual
fun,
birthday,
yeah.
but my party, because all my family
Yeah.
could only do it on this one specific day that was a week before my actual birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was meant to play at Rattles, I think 2 weeks after or whatever.
Yeah.
And Brock ended up messaging me while I was at my party and was like, "Can you come in tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, absolutely. Like, no worries."
Everyone, we're going to
Literally, that's what it was. Like, literally everybody at my birthday, I was
I
like,
can,
"All right."
and I'll bring a crew.
Literally, I brought
It's like,
so
yeah.
many people that
Yeah,
night,
yeah.
and it was nuts.
Like, oh, we got to get this guy back.
Yeah,
we
it
gotta
was
have him next
crazy.
week, yeah.
But yeah, and just like fucking, I don't remember where I was going with that.
When you played there, you're protective of Rattlesnake.
Protective of Rattles, yeah, because like I always, like I'm not treated badly, but I've never been treated better than
Yeah,
Rattles. Because like even the first day that I played there, there used to be an old manager there. He was a co-owner. He's gone now. He moved back to Sydney. But Timmy, shout out to Timmy Polton. He ever since day dot has treated me like family and like
Yeah, yeah.
you know, always made sure I was all right, made sure I was doing well.
That's always good when you find like a home, like a place where you want, you know, like for a club, like
Yeah,
a home where
yeah.
you get on with people.
Yeah.
Everyone treats each other good. You got a good culture.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good when you.
100%. And it's not just the patrons that like because they're all. I think it's because like because Rattlesnake is like the last club on like in Queensland, and then there's not really anything until you hit Byron.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So like we are sort of the last club before you hit Byron. And I think because we get so many people from like the area where there is nothing else and they all come in, we get a lot of regulars.
Yeah.
So like every week you'll see pretty much the same faces. And I think
Yeah.
that's why everybody treats each other so well because they all
they're
know
gonna
each
see
other.
you next week.
Yeah.
And we've been friends and we've met each
Yeah,
other.
and everybody knows each other because like it's just like that's the only spot that they have to go. So we get kids from like almost Burleigh to like Kingscliff because like it's just like there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
And you get like a lot of the kids that are the same in each week and they just all treat each other really well and the management are all really nice and you know me and the bar manager get on like a fucking house on fire.
Yeah, that's
And-
always good.
Yeah, and me and the owners are the sickest cunts ever and just like everybody in there just treats each other really well.
Yeah.
It's just a really nice environment and really nice club to be a part of.
Yeah, sweet.
Just because it's just so friendly and nice, and it's not hard to work there because it's just I want to work there because of how I'm treated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
going back to like I used to fucking work at Woolies, man, and it was just like Woolies do not give a fuck about their staff.
Nah,
I'm saying that
of
right
course.
now. Like they don't give a
Of course.
fuck. And like I was DJing while I was at Woolies, and I ended up having to take a lot of time off on the weekends and stuff because I was playing gigs and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And my manager come up to me at one point and was like, "Look, you're gonna have to choose like DJing or Woolies." And I was like,
You're like, is that even a question? Is that
literally-
even a question?
I know. I literally said to this woman, I said, "Do you really want the answer to that?" And I walked away from her because like I was like,
see you, take your name badge off, throw it on
literally,
the ground,
like
just,
and
I'm out.
I still didn't get fired. Like I don't understand. I was at Woolies for 4 years, and I don't know how I was at Woolies for 4 years. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how.
I
they
just
kept me
turned
around
up.
for so
I
long.
was just there.
Literally, I just don't know how they kept me around for that long. And like, yeah, when she asked me that question, I knew that they didn't give a fuck about me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, that's where it all went downhill from
Yeah.
there. And when I quit, it was really scary, but I think it was only scary because I was like so comfortable there. Like I was
Yeah.
getting so many regular shifts, and
Yeah.
I had managed to, because I'd been there for so long, I'd managed to work out with them a plan that would work for them and me. So I ended up working like Monday to Thursday. And then I'd have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And then like having that comfortability and that money come in each week and then having to quit from that job because I wanted to go and do
Yeah.
other things was like a big move.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
You get
something.
stuck in that comfortable life.
Yeah, dude, and I
With
just didn't-
anything, you know?
anything, yeah, not
Anything.
just like a job, or, yeah, anything. But like that was a big thing as well because like it come to the point where I was like, I have to do it because if I don't do it now, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I just fucking hated going to work,
Yeah.
and like you just don't want to.
You don't want that. Because you work so much.
Yeah.
You don't want to hate it.
I
like,
know,
'cause
I
that's
know.
bad, yeah.
Literally, because it was like almost every day of the week, and then but like, just because they didn't support my career, and I was like, whatever,
Yeah.
like, fuck you guys, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't, and I had felt like I did a lot for that company as well.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if you're putting in not as much as you're getting back, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Whereas now that not now, but when you're doing the stuff at Rattlesnakes,
oh, absolutely,
it's like the opposite.
Yeah.
It's like you enjoy being there. What you put
because
in,
I'm
you get
appreciated.
back, you're appreciated. Yeah.
100%. Because I absolutely feel appreciated there, and I know that I'm a valued member of the team.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they've said that, like they said that they want, and like especially getting promoted to being a manager, like that was the most fantastic conversation to have, because they, like, the owners were like, let's meet up and have lunch in the next few days. We got something to talk to you about. And I was like, oh, cool.
You're like worried. You're like, oh,
I
man.
was, I was scared,
What
man.
are they gonna they're gonna fire me?
yeah,
or
I
they're gonna
thought-
get rid of me. They're
yeah.
saying I'm not doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
was
then
like
it's
fucking
opposite,
scared. Yeah. And I got there and like they shouted me lunch and stuff, and they were like, look, we want you to manage Fridays. We think you're ready. And I was like, fuck. Hell yeah.
And then you leave that meeting, you're just like, walking down, kicking your heels together and stuff.
Literally,
jumping,
man.
like,
I drove home that day and I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
So good. Such a
Such a good
good
feeling,
day. And then like, just fucking feeling appreciated and knowing that they appreciate you, and like not just getting stuck there. Like there's like, I didn't even get fucking promoted at Woolies, dude. Like, you know what I mean? I was there for 4 years. I was there for double the amount of time I've been there at Rattles, and like didn't even get promoted.
Yeah.
And like being there at Rattles and just wanting to prove myself, and them seeing that and wanting to give me more opportunity, because I want to work. Like, I don't want to be the DJ that is just there to DJ and fucking be a dickhead. Like if there's work to do, I'm happy to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like of
course.
if you give me something to do, I'll fucking put my heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
As long as I'm passionate about it. Don't make me stack shelves. Or fuck off.
Don't make me stack shots.
No, fuck off all these. But like, but yeah, just like fucking, with Rattles, man, like I'm more than happy to put 110% in, and that's what I want to do. And I think that that's why they saw that and wanted to give me that position as well. It's just like, because
for sure.
I fucking want to be there and I want to work hard, and because I'm passionate about it. I love it.
Yeah, of course.
Best job I've ever had.
I'm keen to get down. I've never been to Rattlesnake.
Really?
Ever. Like, not for a drink, not to play, not anything.
Really?
So have to come down sometime.
Definitely have to come.
and
Dude,
for
we
a
just
bite.
had like a whole bunch of renos done, so it looks
Sick.
I mean, you wouldn't know, but it looks completely different.
Yeah, cool.
And it looks fantastic. We've just put in like a whole bunch of new couches, and the dance
sweet.
floor got redone because it wasn't lighting up there for a bit. So like we had to get the whole dance floor replaced. And
Yeah, because doesn't it have things on the floor? Is that right?
yeah,
Or-
it's like
it's
you've
got
been to
lights in
elsewhere how the
floor.
squares light up.
Yeah,
basically the same thing, but there's like more squares. And yeah, it's just like fucking, it's amazing now. Like the whole lighting system's been replaced, the whole sound system's been
sweet.
replaced, and
So I'll come down and it'll look fucking amazing.
oh
now.
yeah, and you won't even know what it looked like before when it was. When it
I
was,
think I've seen some videos and photos of like people playing there and stuff like that. But I've never been there in the flesh, so I'll have
It's
to.
come down, dude, for
have
sure.
to come down for sure.
I'll look after you for
we'll
sure.
do a weekend. We'll do
Yes.
a weekend of it.
Come stay at my place.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's sick. That's so good that you've found like that. That place. It's always good to have a home base.
Yeah.
Like the place where you can go and play gigs and just hang out. Even like you could go on a Sunday for a pub meal.
Yeah.
And it's like, everyone, it's like, inviting and kind of that kind of vibe.
Literally, yeah. And because I've been at Rattles for so long, I sort of have built a name for myself in Coolangatta now. So even if I walk around in Coolangatta now, you sort of get noticed and stuff. It's really cool, like walking around the street and being like, hey.
What do they know you as?
Bill Durry.
Bill Durry?
Yeah.
How does that name, like, how did that name come about? I'm interested. Because, I mean, it sort of rhymes with your real name a little bit.
Davis Murray. It does, yeah.
But is that what's the story
Well,
there?
that was back in the Elsewhere days, back when I was fresh 18, not like getting any gigs and stuff. I used to fucking hassle Elsewhere like just every weekend.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I hate Melbourne Bounce. But there was this one track. That I just rinsed for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. That was called Bill Durry.
Okay.
And it was by a guy's named Combo. And like we just rinsed it for ages.
Oh, yeah, I know Combo, yeah.
Yeah. And I went to Elsewhere one night and just got super maggot. I ended up coming home really drunk. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to change my Instagram name to Bill Durry. And then it just stuck. Like people started calling, like before I changed my DJ name to Bill Durry, people started calling me Bill Durry. So I was like, I'm just going to do it.
What was your DJ name before that?
Well, it's changed so many times, dude. Like I've been, for Your Shot, I was Scrub a Dub.
Scrub a Dub?
Yeah, literally because I literally was like, I know how to market it because I could just do it with like rubber ducks. And that was it. So like I was already Bill Durry on Instagram at that point. So I was like, I could go with Bill Durry or I could go with Scrub It Up. Worst decision of my life.
Yeah.
Because I
Bill
feel
Durry's so like
such an
such
iconic
Aussie.
name.
So it's
Yeah.
so Aussie, like
Yeah.
Durry, like that's
Yeah.
not.
Literally though.
I think that's an Aussie term for secret. Like I think if you went over to Europe or the States and said, "Oh, you got a Durry," they'd be like,
what?
"What's that?
Yeah. What do you mean?
What are you talking about?" Yeah.
Literally, yeah. Unintentionally was the most Aussie name that I could come up with, but it was literally just because I changed my Instagram name and it stuck. Like people started calling me that, so I was like, I didn't even mean for it to happen as a DJ name. It just sort of happened.
Yeah.
But I was for years and years and years. I was trying to find a DJ name that sort of suited me and my style, and I feel like Bill Durry is definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's one to remember.
I encapsulate the name as well, though.
Yeah.
Like I just feel
You
like
are Bill. I am Bill Durry.
oh yeah. Literally, when I go out and I'm just like, I get in the Bill Durry persona because like you fucking have to get
The
dressed.
Bill Durry
Literally,
persona.
man. Like you come out the shower and you're like fucking just like slap yourself a few times. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm Bill Durry now. I'm not Davis anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's like fucking. I just feel like Bill Durry is this just absolute party fucking cunt that is just
Yeah.
just
goes
wild.
loose.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, he's in.
doing backflips and shit. You
He's
know what I
in.
mean? Like yeah,
He's in.
literally just
Bill Durry's
yeah.
in.
And that's what I feel like I am when I DJ because I'm like obviously I feel like this is it for everyone, but like when I DJ and when I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm two completely different people. But like, I just feel like that like Bill Durry as a DJ name, I feel like I can encapsulate and I can be, and it's cool as well because it's like it's cool getting to be someone else for a little while.
Yeah.
Like and like not that I hate myself, but like just
Not that
just
I hate myself.
no,
Yeah.
but like just like it's cool. Like it's almost like having no responsibilities. Like
It's
you
like
know
a
what I mean?
third. Yeah,
it's like being able to
it's like
blame it on the
watching
dog.
yourself.
Like
It's like third person.
yeah,
Almost.
yeah. It's like blaming the dog for eating your homework. It's like
Yeah.
you can do shit and be like, that wasn't me, that was Bill.
Yeah.
But like I've done some dumb shit as well. Like especially on social media. Like I've had some of my closest friends, like, and you know when it's bad when your closest friends are like, maybe you should take that story down.
Yeah,
like,
you should get rid of that.
there's been times where like I've come out of Rattles, wanked, gone down to the beach and like got naked, gone for a swim and like taken stories of it and stuff. And it's like, because I don't have a personal Instagram, it's just Bill Durry. So everything that I post goes onto Bill Durry. Yeah. So if I put in something like fucking bad, it's going on the business page,
on the brand,
which is not good. It's not good for business.
Well, maybe it is. It depends what your brand is.
Like literally,
You're like, this is so on brand.
Yeah, literally. But like, yeah, there was this one story of like me running around the park with like no pants on, and like one of my closest friends, Matt, who like is way more crazy than I am. So for it to come from him, I was like,
oh,
maybe that's
shit.
yeah. I was like, because
Yeah.
I didn't even realize until I'd woken up the next morning, and I was like, I didn't really remember a whole lot of the last night. But he was like, dude, have you seen your story? And I was like, no. He's like, maybe you should check it. And I was like,
just a classic recap of the
yeah,
last
just
night.
literally.
I don't remember and just save the stories and then delete them.
Yeah, literally.
So you can remember what
I went
happened
through
there.
that whole story and it was like pretty good. That's a bit iffy, and then it gets worse and worse as you go along, and then you get to the end one with me, no pants on, and it's like that's not.
We got to get rid of that.
Yeah, we can't do that one. Like, fuck. What even possessed me to want to fucking post that? Like, yeah. I've had some fucking bad shit like that, but I want to say I feel like we've all done that, but I was
gonna say we've all been there.
Yeah,
some people just don't film it.
No, I'm just trying to defend myself. I'm trying to make me feel better.
Yeah, no, everyone's done that, but it's not always filmed and put online. So, no, you've got to learn to.
Not
edit
always
your
with
life.
no pants on either.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I like a lot of people have said to me maybe you should get a personal Instagram because I do post a lot of shit.
Or just edit it better.
Yeah, maybe just blow it out or something.
Just like
crop it or something.
Figure it out.
Yeah, no, but yeah. I mean, I don't get political or anything. Like, I don't. Like, I'm to be honest, I don't really care a lot about politics and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not like those people that get political and I don't have a problem with that. But like, I feel like that's what a personal account would be for.
Yeah,
if you were to start getting,
personal
unless
thing,
it was on brand for you,
because no one really goes to a DJ page to hear about politics.
Yeah, but like,
you know, like
who's
going to a DJ's like Instagram to get political updates?
Yeah. Oh, Trump's done this and especially stuff that's going on in America, man. It's like, I get that they are like the most influential country in the world and stuff, but like, it doesn't really have a lot to do with us. Sometimes, most of the time. I mean, I'm not saying all the time, but like fucking something that Trump did or whatever, and I'm just like, whatever, man. Like, is it
whatever?
Yeah, like
you guys, you do you.
Like literally,
America, you do you.
You got to think about it though. Like they fucking voted him in, so like, and then they go and have a problem with it, and it's like, okay,
yeah, politics.
Yeah, it's a funny world, man. I don't really understand it, but
just keep trucking along,
dude. Yeah, I just press
Figuring
buttons. I don't really understand that whole world.
Yeah,
my preference is pressing buttons and making music and shit.
That's it, man. So what have we got coming up for you in the next couple of months to the end of the year? Give us what's something you're going to push the live stream thing you're doing?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've had a lot of people hit me up and ask, because like we're sort of coming. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but I'm pretty sure we're like sort of coming to the end of everybody's lockdown and stuff. And like,
I mean, you can have 20. The pub over the road is open. I walked past the other day, and the pub. I've never been so happy to walk past a pub and not be going in because I was going to the bottle load, but I was walking past it just going, yes, the pub's open.
Yes,
the pub's open.
Because that's like it's a good sign for everything else. But that's what I'm talking about, man. It's just like I feel like we're sort of almost at the end of it, and like because venues are starting to open up again, and like the restrictions are lifting a little bit, and like I've gotten a date that Rattles might open again. I don't want to say it because I don't want to
tell me later,
just in case.
Tell me after the podcast.
Yeah, just in case it won't happen. But yeah, like I feel like we're sort of nearly at the end of it where, we're sort of coming out of it. So, but I've had people hit me up and go, are you going to run the live streams after all this is over? And I'm like, well, originally it was just for quarantine, but I feel like it has gotten to the point now where it is so fun to do, and it's not hard because I've gotten it down now. Like it took me like the first couple of weeks to really sort of realize what I was doing. First stream I did, I wanted
How
to.
terrible was it,
bro? I was meant to start. I posted all this stuff saying we're starting at 7. We're starting at 7.
Yeah,
we're starting at 7.
and then
7 o'clock came around, and I didn't know. Have you ever used Twitch before?
Yeah.
It can be a little confusing for your first time, and I didn't know how to go live from OBS, so I was like.
Trying to get the stream key and shit.
Yeah, the stream key.
Where do I find my stream key?
I was like, where the fuck is the stream key? And I was ringing all my friends that stream, and he was like, bro, I don't know, because he streams directly from his PS4, so he doesn't have to do all that shit. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's 7:10. Fucking fuck off.
People calling,
I was like, fuck, man, I was meant to be live 10 minutes ago. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then,
it's all just learning how it works.
Yeah,
man.
well, once I got like a few weeks into it, I sort of got into the pattern of it and like working out what I was doing and working out the routine.
Mixcloud, man, I'm telling you, Mixcloud's going to be the thing.
Really?
Because they've got the live stream thing now sorted, where it's like, it's all
copyright free and stuff.
Copyright free, yeah. Like they've got that down. So I'm thinking Mixcloud's going to be really good because Mixcloud's somewhere you go to just listen to music and DJs. It's not like you don't go to listen to tracks.
Yeah.
You don't go to interact with people.
Yeah.
It's not a social platform.
No.
You just go there for music and DJs. So
Literally.
I think it could be, and now that they've sorted all that kind of stuff, I think, to the Mixcloud.
Could be as big as SoundCloud a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Are you just streaming to Twitch, or do you do like restream where you stream to a few platforms?
No, I haven't worked out that far. I've just been doing Twitch only because of that copyright thing, because they are kind of loose with it.
Yeah.
But like I haven't been flagged or anything yet with copyright stuff. But I've heard of people that have been. So maybe Mixcloud is the platform that I should be working with. Yeah, well,
hey man, just stream to every platform.
Yeah. Well, I was originally going to do Facebook, and then I realized
stream to Facebook as well. Like do all of them. Like,
well, Facebook fucking takes you down within like 30 minutes, man. Like you do like 30 minutes,
40 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. Like that's all you get, and then you get a message from Sony saying this is my track, fuck off, and then it's like fucking shit, righto. So like I didn't want to have to like keep restarting the stream. Every fucking. And the thing is with Facebook, it's
like the first stream you get like a couple of thousand views or whatever, and then the next one it's like 1,000.
Yeah.
And the next one it's like 500.
Yeah.
It's 200.
Yeah.
And it's 100. Like it just keeps going down.
Because people get sick of having to change the videos and stuff.
Or they just go, oh, it's done. I'll go to the next thing.
Yeah, literally. Because they think it's done, but it's not. Because like you don't get a chance to be on the microphone and be like, oh, we're about to get taken down. Just come and watch us on the next one. Like you can't do that because they just go.
Yeah, it's just out.
Yeah, you just go on before you even get a chance. So But yeah, that's like sort of the only reason that I did Twitch, because I have tried streaming to Facebook before and had problems with it. So I was just like, I'll do it on a streaming. So, and this, like I was doing this stuff before Mixcloud announced that they were doing all that copyright
exactly.
stuff.
Because that was only pretty recent. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I learnt about that a few weeks ago, and I was like, yeah.
I think it was only a
Like-
few weeks ago that when they sorted it. Though.
Yeah,
it's
so, like,
yeah.
I was like, fucking, yeah, I mean, maybe it's something that I could jump on, but yeah, I've only really sort of just got comfortable with Twitch now, and it's just like, oh man, like, and like, I'm still like trying to book artists and like do all the fuck, because I do all the
Figure it all
content and all that shit as well. Like, oh, you're dribbling a bit.
It's getting to that time of the night. Day, night.
Day, night. Wait, there's no window in here, so we don't know.
Yeah, it's actually still morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is still morning.
It's not even
Couple
not
of beers
even
in the
midday
morning?
yet.
I think. Oh yeah. Need another.
Dusty beers.
So
So
a bit of hair of the dog.
apart from the you're gonna keep the live stream going. You said next month we're gonna have a tune from you. You committed to it.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
I've
hold
committed.
you to that. I'm gonna message you like during the week and stuff, and be like, "How's that tune going?
How's that tune
Has
going?
it
Well, I'll
sorted?"
tell you what. It's pretty much almost finished. I just want to work on like a few little bits and pieces, and then I'm gonna send it off to get it mixed and mastered. But I'm
I'm
hoping.
so devo that you don't have it here.
I know, man. I've got a
could've
demo of it
listened-
on my phone. If you
Oh
want to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
it.
We'll listen to a demo on your
Yeah,
phone.
I've got, but
cool.
it's like it's like three exports ago, but whatever. But like,
That's fine.
um,
Still get a vibe.
yeah, you still get a vibe of it. But yeah, like I'm really excited to release this one because I personally feel like it's the best one that I've made.
Yeah.
And like it's just and like it like I literally remember sitting down and doing it, and it just sort of happened. Like I didn't even.
Yeah. That's the best when you finish the session, you're like, did I just make that?
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
did I do all that? Like,
And
yeah.
the best part about it is like when you come back the next day and you still like it. Because like I've had that before where like you go to bed, you come back the next day and you're
Yeah.
like, what the
Yeah,
fuck is
that's
this?
terrible.
What have I done?
Yeah. Yeah, we've
But
all
yeah.
been through that. We've
Yeah.
all been through that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's fucking cool. Like just having this one track that I'm like actually proud of. Because like even Whoop Whoop, man, I've just like heard it too many fucking times.
Yeah.
Where it's just like,
Just got to get used to that, man. Like, I'm sick of my voice.
yeah,
Editing all these podcasts, it's
Bro.
like, fuck, man, I'm so over my voice. Like,
Does that take up like a lot of your time as well? Like all this stuff?
yeah, a lot of, well, like, when we finish, I'll probably, the first thing I do is like get all the audio sorted. So I've got a good audio track and then send it to the video. And then, because video takes forever, like, to render and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I spend a good amount of hours on editing podcasts.
Yeah. I
yeah.
fucking bet. You've
Yeah.
got like a few different programs opening up.
Yeah,
here as
yeah,
well,
because we've got
too, like-
Ableton doing the audio. We got OBS doing this camera. My phone's doing that camera, which I have to render.
Link
in
up with
the
that
phone
audio.
and then send it through. Yeah, it's
Fucking hell.
yeah, it's a bit of an effort.
That's a
So
lot.
hey, mate, you got to fucking put the effort.
You got
in
to
if-
push it, eh?
Yeah, yeah, you got to
Same
take
with
to
me
that
too,
next
like-
level.
Because like I do the sort of after video as well for each of my streams as well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like it can take a fucking while, especially like because I mean your streams go for like a couple of hours as well, like
Yeah, yeah,
especially with that trend one that where we went for 6 hours, and that editing that video was fucking rough because I was like,
yeah,
you got to find the tracks that he played where he was like the most energetic in this stream,
yeah.
and it's like because not everybody gets that whole vibe of like there's nobody in the room, but you still have to be fun.
yeah, yeah.
Like not everybody gets that. And like, so you got to take
you got to be in your own world.
yeah, you got to take the bits. That's why I've got like, when you come into my house, the decks have these lights that are pointed at you, so you can't really see past the lights.
Yeah, yeah.
Because otherwise it's just an empty. Yeah,
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 it's like you're at a show when there's like bulk lights and you can't see the crowd as
yeah.
much. Yeah,
And everybody that I have in, they go, "Oh man, these lights are pretty hectic," and I'm like, "Yeah, but you can't see out into the empty room now, can you?"
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's literally just like if you looked behind the lights, it's just my laundry and my couch. Like,
but that's also like a tip for people using webcams. Like, lighting is so big for webcams. Like, people don't understand that the lighting is like what makes a webcam really good or shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can have an awesome webcam when shit lighting and it'll look terrible.
literally,
Yeah.
and you think the quality's bad, but it's just the lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have good lighting and it's like, oh wow, this camera's amazing.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, yeah.
Before I bought this really expensive camera that I was talking about before,
Yeah.
I had this. It's still a pretty expensive camera, but I stole these lights. I didn't steal them. I borrowed them. Like these lights from Rattles.
Sure you did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then-
I totally stole it.
I know. I walked into Rattles and I was like, taking these. But they're like bar lights. They're like this big and they're just like
Yeah.
rectangle, and they only project one color.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've got one hanging up from the ceiling that's blue, which is projecting
Yeah.
onto the DJ. And then I've got a disco ball above their head, and I've got this green light on the
I was
deck.
gonna say green. I've definitely seen the green.
Yeah, the green one is projecting upward
Yeah.
to the disco ball. But the other camera that I had didn't pick up the green properly. It made it look like an aqua color. It was really weird because like it was directly green.
It's different light. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so strange because like the camera would pick it up and like distort all the colors in the whole thing, and I was like, how the fuck is this working?
Yeah.
And then I bought this new camera and it gets the colors like perfectly. So just such a weird thing with lighting and web cameras and stuff.
Lighting,
and
video,
setting it
web
all
cameras.
up.
It's hectic.
So weird.
So where can we find you, mate? Where can we find you online? What's the handles, the socials?
Instagram, Facebook. It's all Bill Durry.
Bill Durry.
Instagram
2
is
words.
Bill_Durry.
Bill_Durry.
Yeah, Facebook is just Bill Durry. Twitch is Bill_Durry. SoundCloud is Bill Durry.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Oh,
Yeah.
Mixcloud is Bill Durry as well.
Mixcloud. You're on Mixcloud.
I am on Mixcloud.
I'll follow you.
I've got
We'll
a few
follow
mixes.
each other on
yeah,
Mixcloud.
keen.
Yeah,
I've got a
we'll
few
do it.
mixes on there. I haven't released anything for like a couple years, but like I used to really get into these mixes where I would just like do these like good morning mixes because I really wanted an excuse to play. I really love like really chill house.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
So I just wanted an excuse to play all that stuff.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah. But
Yeah, sweet. Awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming on. Let's do
Dude, thanks for fucking
last little cheers. Good little chat. We'll have to fire it up, listen to some tunes, and then
absolutely.
yeah, I'll come down to Rattlesnake one time.
Absolutely.
Come and stay at your place and crash.
Absolutely. More than welcome.
Yeah, and then come up here. We'll work on some. Wait, let's collab on some tunes.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Fuck yes.
Sweet. Sick. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.
Follow this dude. Follow me.
Follow us both.
All the things. Do all the things. All
DM
right,
me.
Cheers, guys.
Love you.